day 8 of being a girl, and I've gotten some messages that are saying that I need to be calling myself a woman and not a girl. And I didn't even know that some women were offended by being called girls, so that's really good to know. But for me, the word girl feels great because I never got to be one growing up. And it feels very able to make mistakes and growing and changing and evolving, whereas the word woman feels very strong and confident and powerful, and that still intimidates me a little bit. So I'm gonna keep calling myself a girl. Hope that's okay. Love ya.
So you're pretty sure it's a troll, Steve?
I'm positive he's trolling.
All right. Well, I figure.
Well, he was an actor, right? Like formerly, so
even if he's trolling, he matches part of the reason there's a supposedly, hopefully, a red wave coming through, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was my reasoning, anyways.
Very much.
How's it going, guys?
It's going.
Welcome to the Night of the Midterms. We got Steven, Trey, Dag, and myself.
We got the looking
up
camera.
Blowtorch in Dag's hand. I was like, oh, what is he doing?
Dag looks like he's about to like drop the hottest rap album of 2022.
Yeah, I just got home from work. So you guys got to give me like 2 minutes, and then I'll be in a nice, comfortable position here.
No, if this works, we'll do it this way.
I like it.
You want me to take you off the screen? No, I don't know what he's doing. All right. You guys can continue your little. Okay, so what were we talking about before we went live?
Well, I think
we should probably go live.
Oh, what were we talking about? We were talking about. I can't remember her name. I'll have to look her up. The woman that ran against Oz.
So basically, the conjecture is that Oz is the guy out of this sort of group of Republican senators who are trying to take seats back. But Trey, you're saying that Oz is the guy that you think is going to lose, while Masters and the others.
Kathy Barnett.
I think Bolduc in New Hampshire is probably the most likely to lose, even though people were saying he has the chance to win. I think just even though he's Trump endorsed or whatever, Bolduc I don't think he's palatable to like the New Hampshire voters, like free staters and stuff like that. So I think that's going to pull a lot from what he is. So Maggie Hassan will keep her spot, but I think that outside of that race, which I kind of think was a Democrat race anyway, I think that Oz is the most likely to lose, unfortunately.
If Fetterman wins, his wife will be there
running it
a month.
Yeah.
Within a month. No, she not running it. He'll step down and she'll be the senator within the month.
Can you do that? Or
Yeah, the governor. Yeah, if he steps down, the governor appoints the next senator, and they would appoint her.
If it would be Whitmer,
so it would be. Would there still be an election? Or...
Well, no, the election. If Fetterman won the election,
I thought they do a special election
and then
every time.
Steps down. No, not in Pennsylvania. If he wins the election and steps down, the governor appoints the senator in Pennsylvania. So what would happen is that whoever the governor is, and it's going to be most likely her or one of the other people, but I mean, there's no way he can't. There's no way he can survive for 5 minutes.
Michigan, DeSantis won re-election, so yes, democracy is dead. At
Hopefully
least in Florida.
Dead. Especially because we're a republic. Yes.
Yeah. What's up, Goon? He won. Is that
Yeah, they already called DeSantis.
Yeah, he beat Chris by like double digits. Like it's actually really bad.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
He won. He like right now that they're reported like as of 81% reporting, it's 58% DeSantis to 41% for Chris.
And then like the big news, so Rubio's winning re-election as well, but his numbers, I don't know if you guys saw this in Miami-Dade County. Yeah, He won Miami-Dade County, which is 70% Hispanic, and it's been trending up since Trump in 2016. But like Trump still lost those counties. both 2016 and 2020. And Rubio is actually winning 54-45 there.
How
I'm
can
surprised
Rubio
they
win
haven't.
anything? That guy is such a schmuck.
Because he plays the I'm a Hispanic guy and a fiscally conservative, like he's like the Cuban, like he's basically like like, hey, I'm the palatable to like Hispanics, like the Cuban. There's a lot of people who are a lot of Cuban voters in Florida, and so they vote for like they want to vote for like based Hispanics, I guess, like that aren't commies, like aren't straight up a communist. So that's sort of where Rubio fits in. It's like he's a Hispanic, he's not a commie, so like that's really good to a lot of the the voters in Florida. So
I think Trump has made Rubio a little bit better. Like
I actually do.
Little
I
Marco
actually
stuff.
do. I agree. Same with Ted Cruz. Like he's made him a little bit better. But I still think both of those guys, like they still stump for the worst, the Ukraine spending and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like that's where I wish if Trump does come back, if he could curb all that kind of stuff, I think that would be great. Like curb them from doing all that kind of neocon, send money to a bunch of foreign places over this kind of stuff. That'd be great. It looks like they haven't called Matt Gaetz's race, which is weird because it's showing right now. It's showing him. It's like 62%, and his Democrat opponent is like 37%. It's only 40% reporting, but still, like it's like I would think his race would almost be called by now.
Yeah, you would think so.
It looks like Whitmer and Dixon are 57 Whitmer, 40 Dixon right now in Michigan.
You have this on the Michigan, the M Live site?
Yeah, I just looked at it. So, I'm trying to see where my wife's at now.
So, taking, I'll ask you first, Trey. Like, which elections are you most interested in?
I think the most interesting is the New York gubernatorial, like because if that flips. And also, not really a national race, but I did notice that there was a significant amount of celebrities in LA who were voting for a Republican mayor. So that was interesting to me as well, just outside of the national politic.
Are they like being open about it? They actually,
yeah. Katy Perry actually posted a picture of her voting for the Republican guy for LA mayor. So.
What is the story with this?
I think she votes Republican to begin with. I don't think she's a Democrat at all.
I mean, she's too good looking to be a Democrat. Like, that's par for the course, right? It's supposed to be maybe probably Lady Gaga. Obviously that makes sense that she's Democrat, but like Katy Perry, there's no way she's voting. No way she's voting Democrat.
So obviously the most important one to me, and probably Steven, is the Whitmer and Dixon contest. I am also interested in both governor and Senate races in Arizona, though. I mean, Blake Masters is my favorite.
Yeah, Blake. I want to see Blake Masters win. That's the number one that I'm just like, okay, I want if that happens, I know that we actually have potentially like a real red wave coming through if Masters flips that seat.
Who is he running against?
He's running against Mark Kelly. He's the former astronaut guy. He always talks about spaceman. Actually, Blake Masters did it was genius. He the week before, last week he launched a website that was dedicated to like it was this game. It wasn't really a game per se. It was just like a interactive thing. Like it was Mark Kelly pretending to pilot a spaceship. If you want to pull it up, you can show it. Let's see if it goes. But yeah, he has you shoot down. He's like, we're gonna destroy the nuclear family, and we're gonna destroy your oil and gas. And Mark Kelly's like, he's flying through with his spaceship, and then all of a sudden he runs out of fuel, and that's where it stops. So
that's awesome.
But it was great. It was a great little advert, for his campaign. But I really want him to see him take that guy down because, like, I think that Masters would be the best senator in the whole Senate.
Yeah, I think so. And Rand Paul, that's even with Rand Paul, who has won re-election tonight as well.
I would love to see Carrie Lake win, although the shenanigans are going on already in Arizona. So, and her opponent is the Secretary of State who runs the election. So, I mean,
a lot of shady stuff.
I can't believe how just brazen these people are. Like, you know, they'll bitch and moan about fair elections, but yet they'll be the same people who are running the elections, and all of a sudden half the machines don't work.
Yeah,
Jack, what you got your eye on?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd have to say, if anything, just the Florida shit, right? But I wasn't too concerned about losing DeSantis. I mean, how much would it matter to my day-to-day life either way? Who knows?
That's almost 60-40 now.
Yeah, I guess the New York one's kind of interesting. If New York were to go like red, that'd be something, right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, but they've had red governors before, or is it mayor or governor?
They've had mayors. They've had red mayors.
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever had a red. Well, like in a while. It's been a
while. Pataki?
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Who has more power in the state of New York, the mayor of New York City or the governor of New York?
I bet you more people like nationwide could probably tell you the mayor than the governor of New York at any given time. You know, like everybody's heard of Giuliani, but I really couldn't tell you. I mean, I just know Como because of 2020. Otherwise, I couldn't tell you any other mayor or governor, what have you, other than like there was a Clinton back in the day, but. You know, I think that was like the 1700s or some shit. You know, way back then. You know, there's this public radio station in Tampa.
You're right about Pataki. It was Pataki from 95 to 2007.
Yeah, man, I listened to Rush Limbaugh for 20 years. I know who all these people are.
There's this on the opposite note of that. There's this public radio station in Tampa, and it's like way lefty, and they play good music and stuff a lot of times, but the politics on there are just like ridiculous. But today I was checking in on them a few times because it was all voting stuff, you know. So people were calling in and talking about why they think voting's important, and you know, their voting stories, and you know, it's just like these like total dorks who are like, yeah, I go every year and I post up outside the voting place, and everybody who votes, I give them a high five, and I don't care what way you vote, just thanks for getting out and doing your civic duty. And I'm just like, man, like these are just the worst kind of nerds. It is crazy.
They're the locker shoving material, right?
Yeah, yeah, man. But yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. So I'm sure they're probably crying pretty hard over there right now.
New Hampshire, the Democrats winning by 30%.
This is the
New Hampshire Senate.
The Senate.
Yeah.
What was the story with that balled up guy and the assault or whatever?
They just had a libertarian or whatever. Like I think they were trying to like get a gotcha moment from him, and so they just run. Yeah, like it wasn't Kaufman specifically. I think it was one of the guys that from his campaign or something like that was trying to run up and be like, oh, what do you blah blah blah? What do you know, something about like, you know, call him out neocon, warmonger or something like that and all that kind of stuff. But they just ran up and like got in his face and was trying to get a camera on there, and then he just jumped back and was like, hey, hit me. I don't know. It's weird. I think he was trying to play a bit. He didn't know what he was doing.
It didn't work out so well. How's it going, Tommy?
What's up, Tommy?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Oh, man, I got me a snack tray. I'm sitting here enjoying myself.
You got a TV in front of you watching the results, or is this the results for you?
No, this is the results for me. I can give a shit less.
Were there any races you were interested in?
Well, I am interested in Carrie Lake. I find her interesting. Other than that, really nothing else I've been really paying any attention to. I did see earlier that a guest on MSNBC said that the election was going to be stolen from the Democrats in Georgia.
Well, democracy will die today.
Yeah,
Election
hopefully.
deniers.
I hope
I'm
so.
hoping.
I saw a Politico thing where they were like if there could be attempts to dissuade, like to hack the election and mess with the results of the 2022 midterm elections, and I was like, I retweeted it. It's like election deniers, like it reported for election denial.
I have a really hard time, like, even caring about any of these people most of the time. So,
did you guys see this?
Yeah, I saw that.
The poll worker who took my ID was wearing elephant earrings, so I called my election board. I need y'all to know that's not okay. As a voter, you have every right to call it out. And this isn't parody, right? Like, this isn't, it's just not trolling.
No, I mean, what's the claim that the person's obviously Republican and kind of advertising for it or something? That'd be
elephant earrings.
Supposedly, like, you can't wear any paraphernalia or anything. Like, you can't have you can't have you can't go in there and vote with a MAGA hat or whatever. Like, you can't do all
I mean, it's well, she's a polling person. Like, I mean, I still think it's stupid to care this much, but that's like way nerdy, like I was saying. But I mean, I can understand that being like a rule for somebody working at a polling place, to not be able to wear any paraphernalia, relating to one party or the other. Now, what are the elephant earrings, though? I mean, are these like Republican, silhouette of an elephant, or are these like some sort of like, maybe it's just coincidence that she has like these nice elephant earrings. I know people who like elephants as like an animal,
You might be an Alabama football fan.
Yeah, shit around their house or something, So I mean, maybe
my
there's some
wife's
context
favorite
here.
animal is an elephant.
So, Dad, that sounds kind of statist of you, man. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, if
you're in favor of laws, I don't know how much of an anarchist you are.
He's in favor of rules. He's in favor of rules. Like, that's all it is.
Look. If a cop doesn't obey, like, like if they like violate somebody's like Fourth Amendment, like, I'm gonna call them on that shit because if nothing else, like, those are your rules that you're supposed to, live by. So I'm just saying, I would not be surprised if a polling place had said rules banning that kind of thing. So,
all I know is I'm gonna have to move out of the state because Whitmer's still winning.
Whitmer,
she's gonna lock y'all back down
right now.
She's gonna lock y'all back down.
Brian Kemp is up 53-47 over Abrams.
Thank God.
Poor old Clyde. It's looking okay for him so far.
I'm surprised she has that much.
I kind of want Abrams
it's
to win
because of Atlanta. Atlanta's a deep blue area. Like that's why Abrams is so popular, is just because it's a deep blue area in Atlanta because the metro and the metro is like ever expanding from Atlanta. So
I know people that live in Atlanta and none of them are stupid enough to vote for that bitch.
Yeah, she's
for every one of those kind of people.
Like she's horrible. Like, there's not a word that's come out of her mouth that was even remotely honest since she's come on the scene.
It's really fun. In the state polls right now, they don't have anybody listed. They don't have any of the stuff for my wife's run, but she's over the Democrat. So I think they're saying that she'll get more votes than the Democrat.
Do we have any information on how Buck's doing in Lockhart?
I'll look it up.
That's the race I
don't know how to look that up.
I'll look it up.
Can we see that?
The other important Georgia race, the Warnock-Walker, Warnock's up 50-48 with 52% in.
That's going to go to a runoff.
I expect that. Yeah, I expect that to go to a runoff.
Yeah.
I don't see. Let me look up. What is he running for again? Is it county commissioner or no?
City council.
Yeah.
Let's see. I found a page talking about how to go there to vote. Yeah, I found the.
I mean, I guess I could just text him and ask him what's going on.
Yeah, that'd be easier.
I know he's at
because I'm not finding anything.
Party, I think. Yeah, I haven't heard anything from him. But
how is he polling? Did anybody? I haven't heard anything about that
the
race.
Town Lockhart's such a small town. I asked him about it. What was it yesterday, Mark? I asked him about it, and he said there's no polling or anything like that. So he doesn't really didn't really have a gauge on what was going on until they got into the middle of the election.
Okay.
And
did he go door knocking and stuff though? Like so?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He sent out flyers. He went door knocking. I was supposed to go up there, and it's just with the dental work I'm having done, I just wasn't able to get away and go do it. So he said that the person that he's running against, last election won with 6 votes, not by 6 votes, with 6 votes. So
second place.
If he could just get a 3 3-pointers, man, like that's all he needs.
Well, it looks like all the proposals in Michigan are going. Looks like all 3 of them are, which is bad.
Where you got this on MLive?
MLive, yeah. Ballot proposals, all 3 of them. Well,
I guess y'all have a better system than Alabama does.
Yeah, proposal 1 is basically 70% for. Proposal 2 is 63, and proposal 3 is 58-41 right now. That's the big one.
Yeah. Well, then
See,
explain what's all in that one.
Oh my gosh. Well,
or sort of what's in it.
Well, what they say is it protects abortion rights, if you believe in abortion rights. But it actually allows, it actually takes away any right from the parents to do anything into their kid's life. So if the kid goes to school and says, "Hey, I want to chop something off," the parents have no say anymore. It's a pretty brutal law.
Yeah.
It takes away all parental rights.
Well, isn't that one of the things that got all the Muslims in Dearborn fired up, right?
Yeah, that was one of them. That was one of them, and there also was the
books in the school.
The books in the school. Yeah. Well, and then there was a Muslim guy that went to Tudor Dixon and said he was voting for her because he went to Whitmer. Whitmer basically told him to go piss off. And then Ethan Klein, I think it was out there saying that, no, it wasn't Ethan Klein.
No, it was
Kimmel. Was it Kimmel? Jimmy
no,
Kimmel?
No, it was the other guy, the guy that used to have the fake conservative show. I know you're talking about with the glasses, old guy.
Yeah, Colbert.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so he went out and said that the story was a lie, it never happened, and then the next day he quietly apologized to the guy and pulled that clip down.
I was told he apologized on air.
Did he?
Apologize on air?
I don't know. I heard it was quiet. That's
okay.
That's what Tim Pool said.
Oh, okay.
Colbert used to have a fake conservative show.
Yeah, his old show on Comedy Central, he pretended to be a conservative. It was actually pretty funny.
It was a well done show. It was pretty stinking funny.
Wow.
Yeah, I like because he would he would do both support like Republican candidates, but he would also make fun of some of the stupid things that they do.
Right.
So not like now where he's just like a full on like leftist or whatever. But
just doing segments of a show called the Vaccine, where they just dance around in like syringes and shit.
Yeah. Or his.
I'm kind of disappointed in. I'm kind of disappointed in our state right now, because it looks like they're going to pass the new constitution, which apparently had to remove racist language.
What was the racist language?
I don't. I think it. It was
the right to secede, probably.
yeah. The fact that we could succeed was probably I mean, this is the South after all. So, but yeah, the
term 3/5 was quoted in the Constitution. Oh man, I made the host drop out. That's a good job. That was a hell of a joke if it made the host drop out.
Sorry, I'm looking up.
I feel like we're lost without Mark.
So yeah, no, I'm looking at Nevada right now. They don't have any. I don't see anything listed there. New Mexico, nothing listed there. New York, nothing listed. Oregon, which Oregon is going to be interesting they're
they
talking
flip,
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be the first Republican governor of Oregon in the last 40 years. They're saying there's a real chance that that's going to happen.
Could you imagine how apeshit you're going to have Antifa if that
Well,
happens? They're going to burn the whole freaking state down.
Apparently, there's already a bunch of craziness happening in Portland right now.
There's been craziness since Trump was elected in 2016. I'm surprised that. Yeah, just
Well, except for 2020, you forget. After the election of 2020, it was all the rioting stopped. Then they were allowed to riot up until the election of 2020. But then everything stopped then because they got what they want.
Let me ask a question. I sure I know the answer from Tommy at least. What do you think Trump should have come down hard on some of those? I wouldn't even call them protests. I think it was just straight
riots.
Yeah. Should he have come down harder on that stuff? Or should he have let it go the way it went? I'm curious what you think.
Well, the problem is, I mean, here's the issue that Trump was dealing with is that the Republicans never come down hard on that. And you have this, and you're dealing with this situation where you have this kind of where the Democrats can get away with cracking down on Republicans, but Republicans can't get away with cracking down on the Democrats, right?
Yeah.
So if he would have cracked down, I think it would have it would have played into their narrative that he was a fascist. And so he was in a lose-lose situation when it came to that shit. Now, personally, I would have been like, yeah, fuck them. And that's that. But
because the one time he did send them out was what was it, May?
So he
29th?
could take a picture with a Bible or something.
No. He actually he did send out one unit, and they caught some of them, and then they people started saying, oh, he's got people pulling people out of here in a van or whatever, and catching them or whatever. This is fascist and this kind of stuff. And so then,
I remember.
Then he just stopped.
Yeah, but we have people still in prison from walking through the freaking House chamber in solitary confinement in prison, and that's okay. Yep. But Trump pulls a few people and throws them in a van for burning down a guard shack and trying to burn down a church in DC, and that's fascism.
Well, do y'all remember whenever when Antifa firebombed the ICE facility up in Oregon?
Yeah.
Okay. So Josh Childress, who was Border Patrol at one time, and he stepped down because he just couldn't deal with the morals around it. I had him on the show talking about this at one time. And so what ICE did is they well, screw these people. They want to declare war against us. We're going to declare war against them. So they started arresting people in Oregon, in the I think it was in Portland, actually, in the Portland region, for their acts of violence and
this
riots. All right. Well, so I'm talking to Josh, and we're talking about how Border Patrol has control of everything within 100 miles of the border. Well, the ocean's a border, so they can act within these areas. And the left was freaking out. They have no right to be here. They have no right. It's like, no, you're within 100 miles of a border. What do you expect them to do? You can't go around firebombing ICE facilities and not expecting ICE to, firebomb you back in some way.
Wasn't that where they were taking them? They were picking them up in the vans. Wasn't that what that was? Okay.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was like, shit, man. Shit got real. For a couple of days there, shit got real, and you were like, oh, damn. Because Trump really didn't have any way of stopping them. They were just, going by the standards of Border Patrol. And so it's like, what can you do? That was right around that time that conservative guy got shot up there too. It was right in that same general time frame.
Yeah, the unmarked vans and all that stuff was a little while before the guy got shot. The guy got shot months into all of this happening What's up,
Yeah, but
everybody?
it was just this long process.
What's up,
Just
Magoo?
craziness. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Tommy?
Let me go.
What's up?
Sorry
Trey?
for dropping out, guys. I was kidnapped by Whitmer for a little bit there.
oh gosh.
We're gonna find out it was the FBI.
You had to go
He
check
said-
in with your your local field office.
Yeah, some
40,000.
retards and 3 FBI agents.
So has
Reference to Owen
everybody's
Benjamin.
so has everybody's trust in democracy been restored? We all feeling good about all?
Well, it's over in Florida.
no.
Man.
You mean it's not dead yet?
Well, don't worry, everyone. I'm here to report. I did my part. I did my duty of staving off Stacey Abrams for one more election.
Good for you.
That giant fucking cow can just go hibernate until the next election cycle.
Yeah.
No, she'll be on The View. I think after she
No,
loses this, she's going to be on The
fits
View
in
or
nicely.
MSNBC.
Right where she belongs in the next show that's going to be canceled.
The
Yeah,
Coven.
they're gonna have to modify the name and just put "wide" in front of "view."
No more
No,
view.
they're gonna put her on CNN Plus. Okay.
CNN plus size. They'll have to
Plus
resurrect that
size.
one.
So I'm looking here. It looks like Pennsylvania. I got 10% of the vote is counted in Pennsylvania. Josh Shapiro, the Democrat, is ahead 73.4% to 25% against Mastriano.
Yeah, that's all early voting though. I do think Shapiro will probably win the governor. I think it could go one of two ways. I think either Mastriano wins governor and Oz loses the Senate, or it goes the other way. And
There is no way Oz is going to win that. There's just no way.
You don't think so?
No.
No matter what, it's gonna be funny. I mean,
Federal
I'm with
woman
you.
actually.
there's
Federal
no
woman.
downside. Or
Yeah,
downside to
there's no losing
we-
this election.
Can we pull hey, Mark, can we pull up the video
No.
where he said that he's pro Roe v. Wade, but he's glad Roe v. Wade got like canceled or whatever he said?
This is
That
Fetterman.
was the best. Yeah, that was the best video.
Yeah, I'll look for it. Also, probably the most entertaining news of the night. We all know DeSantis won. Chris came in second. Mr. Roos didn't come in third. It was someone named Jimenez. Mr. Roos came in fourth place.
Who is this?
That's what he gets for
He's the
Hector Roos.
libertarian running.
He was the
Oh.
libertarian. He was going after DeSantis. He was like, "Oh, DeSantis is a lockdowner." All this kind of stuff.
Let me just say, if this were my live stream, while I was laughing, I would have dropped some fucking bombs in there. But this isn't my live stream.
No, go ahead, man.
Say those
Go ahead.
Go for it, man.
words. Those words only come out on my show. I try not to drop them on other people's shows. I'm looking at Texas too. All right, so we got here 33% of the votes counted in Texas. Abbott 52.7, Beto 46.3. So
How the hell did anybody vote for Beto?
I don't know. The same way they voted for Stacey Abrams.
Well, there's like Texas has had a lot of refugees from California, so that's what I think is the problem. They move from California and they keep their politics. So.
I mean,
Well, and you also got to.
And also Texas has become more of a tech hub in the past few years, so you have some sort of.
you have Tesla down there now.
Yeah,
And
Wow.
part of SpaceX is there too, right?
I think so.
Dude,
Yeah.
Wisconsin really stepped up this year. Check this out. 25% of the votes have been counted. 486 votes to 121 votes. The Republican is beating the Democrat 79.4% to 19.8%.
Who's running in Wisconsin?
Tim Mitchell's is the Republican and Tony Evers is the Democrat. Never heard of either of them.
I've never heard of either of those guys.
I think
Yeah.
I've heard of the Mitchell.
Wisconsin's really excited about this election. They're like, man, just as long as we don't freeze this winter, we're good.
I think they should have run
Run on
Rittenhouse.
Yeah, run
celebrates
Rittenhouse.
the demise of
Whoa.
Roe.
Who invited the retard?
America did.
Did that come through?
Oh yeah,
This
yeah.
is
Play it
for
Play it
again.
again.
I run on Roe v. Wade. Celebrates the demise of Roe v. Wade.
He was going to
Dude,
say, I celebrate
actually-
the demise
actually
of
think-
children, and then he caught himself.
Fetterman will
I
stroke
actually think he's
himself
trying
into
to
being
say
based.
Oz. He's trying to say Oz, but he said for some reason.
Yeah, no, Fetterman is gonna stroke his way into being based. Just give him time. He's 2.3 strokes away from being a really kick-ass dude.
You put it that
I
way.
mean, he
then
already
that's-
he did chase some black dude with a shotgun. I mean, there's that.
I mean, do
Where's
I need
Quinones
to
now? We
present
need
any
to
Just
more
some
evidence?
random black dude walking down the street. He's like, "Come back here, you motherfucker!"
Yeah.
Well, he apparently what it was is there were fireworks going off, and he thought that it was gunshots, and he just saw the black guy.
I mean, come on. If
Look,
that was
is-
a Republican that did that,
Oh,
he would
they'd
have
be
been off the
drawn and
ticket.
quartered.
He would have been
It-
off the ticket.
It has long
tarred
been
and feathered.
known. It has long been known down here in the South that Pennsylvania is the most racist state in the United States. Like, we are all down here in the South going, "What the fuck did those motherfuckers? You can't just say that.
Hey,
Yeah.
we
You think
vacation.
it, you can't say that."
We
Yeah.
vacation in Pennsylvania. Don't be knocking that.
Well, here's the thing that's not happening in Pennsylvania. People aren't getting invited to each other's barbecues like they are here in Georgia. Like, I can
There
go
you go.
kick it.
That's probably what the problem is.
Yeah. We
Well,
just need-
and
Yeah,
none
as long
of
as
the
you're
white
invited to
shit-
the barbecue, that's what matters.
and it's
that's
like,
how you know you're in a place that is fucking chill and you can kick
Not
it.
get
and
shot.
You can settle down and set some fucking roots. If you got kick-ass neighbors, regardless of who they are, and you see the smoke going, you know the smoker's on, and if you don't get a "Hey man, come on over," then move the fuck out of that neighborhood.
right.
That's my litmus test. If I can't
So
kick it with my
rule of
neighbors, I
thumb.
don't want to live there.
Tudor's within 30,000 votes.
So I haven't been looking at anything. I literally just
I can give you
finished work.
some. Give you
How's
some
Georgia?
numbers.
Yeah, I was about to say, how's
Let's pull up. Can we?
let's see
put
how
on the
shitty my
screen, or-
neighbors actually are now that I just talked them up.
No, Magoo, do you live in
Something
Atlanta, or do you live outside of it?
43%.
I'm in Metro Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm in between Atlanta and Athens.
51 to 48.
I mean, if you're in Georgia, like half of it is Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like
That's Warnock, right? Tommy, 51-48.
Camp Abrams.
Oh, Camp Abrams. Okay.
I
Yeah, no,
expect
I'm looking
Kemp's
at the
numbers-
governor. I don't have the Senate numbers.
I'll
I
pull up
expect
this
Kemp's numbers to continue to rise. I don't think Abrams. She's probably peaked because of all the early voting. But then again, I don't know fuck about my own state. They might be
Well,
counting them all tonight.
My friend, my good friend,
there could
and
be another
I'll-
pipe bomb burst, like or a
Shane
pipe,
Hazel
pipe burst.
has
Oh, pipe.
0.6%, so he's gone over 0.5%.
I voted.
And I'm not
for him.
lying. I love Shane. Shane's such a good dude. I've had him on my show several times. I love
Yeah.
Shane to death.
Yeah, no, I have nothing wrong with Shane. The man, but I did not vote for him this time like I did last election.
Warnock is up 51-47. So it's basically the inverse of the Abrams and Kemp race.
Yeah.
Whoop,
I
is
did
it?
vote for. I
Don't
voted
they
for
have
the
some-
funniest candidates, and to me, Herschel Walker is like Fetterman. I want to hear that man try to conduct himself as a senator.
No, don't they have some weird law there that if they have to get a certain percentage, or else it goes to a runoff? Or no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
they have,
that's-
they have
that's
to get
exactly why-
50%.
50% plus one. But if it's still within the margin of error, it's going to go to a runoff. So
Well,
you actually,
it's going to go to runoff, right?
yeah, in reality, you got to win like by 52% or more. Anything less than that, there's going to be enough hullabaloo by the losing side that they're going to force a runoff anyway, which means that I'm forced into another month and a half of fucking political ads, which is the only reason why I was saying don't vote libertarian. Yeah,
Now, here's
I would love
what's-
for them to be the ones that are in office sitting behind the big wooden desks. It ain't gonna fucking happen. I'm tired of these. They're beating the libertarian out of
Chase-
me. The final bit of libertarian out of me is getting beat out by the threat of 2 months of political ads.
Oh, that
That's-
got beat out
that's
of
where I'm
me in 6 months. I was in the Libertarian Party for 6 months, and it just got the never again.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not a member of anything, but I was actually surprised. There were libertarians on damn near every single ballot in Georgia. don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, we have a lot in Michigan.
I'd like to see a scenario where it's like the Libertarian is like the second party, where you have a situation where the Republicans are the primary party, the Libertarians are the secondary party, like keeping them in check, and the Democrats are null and void.
If that was reality, I would say
I would love to see that happen. And this is
I think
this is
Alabama that could very well happen in Alabama, because really our Democratic Party, other than and especially if they targeted some of these Democrat,
what you do is you target the areas where Republicans don't run.
Yeah,
that's where you put all your money, and you run against the Democrat, right?
The problem is that the
there
LP
are lots of areas
like to do that. The LP is not organized enough to do that.
Because they don't believe in centralized power.
Yeah, because they're individuals. They're not a group, man.
No, they're
not a collective, bro.
Yeah. Here's the other problem. If the Libertarian Party was the second party, all the Democrats would go to that party. They would run as Libertarians, because most of the people in the LP in Michigan are hardcore leftists.
Well, and that's in essence why I stopped giving a shit about Hector's run in Florida.
The Texas Libertarian Party?
No.
Yeah, there is.
I'm at the point where I consider
I look at Texas Libertarian Party, and I'm like, the only reason the Democrats don't win in Texas is because all the leftists went to the Libertarian Party in Texas.
Yeah,
it's the most ridiculous. I look at what they say, and I'm like, and like Mark Tippett doesn't seem like a bad guy or like a leftist or anything like that, but everybody that supports him is crazy wacko, man.
I mean, there is no difference between the Libertarian.
Get on here or shut up.
There is no difference between the Libertarian candidate for governor and Whitmer. There's no difference.
Yeah,
all their policy issues are the same. And the lieutenant governor, who I actually really like as a person, is a communist. Like, he is a straight up communist.
It's a real nice guy. You just don't let him inside.
I like him. I do like him. I actually really like him.
Close to power.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him.
Make sure he knows that your house is your house and not.
He doesn't. He can't share the house.
Make sure the dude's wrapped up in a straitjacket anytime there are electronics around. I'm just saying.
I'm well armed. We're good.
There we go. Sarah Huckabee Sanders is the projected winner of the Arkansas governor race.
She was a good press secretary, though. She was fun.
I mean, she wasn't Kayleigh McEnany, but
I liked her. She was fun.
She was Trump's Janet Reno. Nothing to look at, but she was a bull in a china shop.
Oh, sorry.
Did you ever see that video?
She was just a bull in any shop.
Did you ever see that video of her mumbling? Like all the where she's mumbling underneath her breath, and they like did a voiceover on it, and she's like, "I hate you fucking people in the press. I hate you." It's just, it's like 5 minutes of her like talking about how much she hates the press.
It's probably not that far off from the truth.
No.
I mean,
dude,
if you could read mine,
you do that job for a year. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle on, you'd be saying the same thing.
Oh fuck! If I started on Monday before lunch on Tuesday, I'd be like, "Fuck all y'all."
Yeah, exactly.
I actually, the one guy who I really liked, and I'm gonna probably get crap for this, was Tony Snow. He was a good press secretary while he was in there. He was.
I don't even remember him. Mark, can you look up?
He was a Fox News guy, and he left Fox News. I think he was Bush's press secretary.
I remember a shooting guard for the Chicago Bulls named Tony Snow, but I don't think that's.
I thought
he got
Tony
cancer.
Snow was a character out of one of the Bourne movies. Oh, I'm like, I don't know.
I think I got a lap dance from a stripper, but went by.
He was a good guy. I liked him.
So he was a press secretary as well
for a very short period of time. He actually had cancer and died, I think, right after that.
Here we are, just mocking the guy.
Jesus.
Not mocking him. I'm mocking his name.
This is true.
Everybody's up for free reign and mocking.
So if Sarah Huckabee Sanders is governor of Arkansas, daughter of Mike Huckabee, does that mean
that doesn't shock me because she's Mike's daughter?
Well, it sounds like the Clintons are about to get busy again. That's all I was
going to say. Is Chelsea
They got to go reclaim their Arkansas throne.
Stay away from Mesa.
Nolt Tudor's and 29,000 votes away. We need her to
Yeah,
win.
these are all early return. I mean, it's
I know.
11% in right now.
Hey guys, I think Ron DeSantis won this one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got this. What is Texas?
God,
I don't
Texas-
have it right now. I just refreshed, so I'm just.
Did we
scrolling.
text
I'm
Buck?
going-
Do we get
I'm going
any?
through- I haven't. I'll text him right now. See if
I know he was doing a watch party or something with I think his priest. So let's see.
Boy,
Shut
Nixon-
up, Justin.
The answer to this is Saki, even though she's not
Tell
even
Justin,
positive as
Justin,
an
just get on for a few minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean it's easy. It's an easy answer. It's KJP because fuck your enemies.
I mean,
I was
gonna
gonna
say,
say I like my strawberry wrapped in chocolate, and then this guy.
I mean, they say like hate sex is like passionate sex.
Well, here's the one thing
they say.
you're not going to do it so poorly she ends up lesbian.
This is true.
You got nothing to lose. Throw the whole thing down there. See what happens.
The whole pros and cons thing, like you're loading up the pros side right now.
I'm telling you.
You got nothing to lose. Throw the whole thing down.
Oh, what is that?
Is that what I sound like? Holy shit!
Yeah.
If I shaved, I could probably convince her it's an 8-inch clip.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin.
He is on.
Yeah.
A little bit.
About time.
We're just talking about democracy, man.
Who's running in your area?
What?
Who's running in your area?
Oh, Todd Young's gonna win. No, Indiana.
Y'all got 2 senators, don't y'all? Y'all got 2 Senate seats up, don't you?
Todd Young is up 60-36.
Is Braun running again too? Yeah, I think Braun's up too. He probably will win too.
LeBron.
No, Mike Braun.
It's just Young up for. I think he's already won. Yeah, they say he's already called. They already called the race for Young.
Oh, okay. All right. For some reason, I want to say I was watching Stu Does America, and he was doing a thing on the elections, and he had 2 Oklahoma seats up on his board. So I thought there were 2 seats.
No, he's talking about Indiana. So Indiana only has 1 seat right now. I think let's see if Oklahoma has 2 seats.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Oklahoma has 2 seats. Both of them already both Republican. So
Yeah. Okay.
So
Oklahoma's
here's
pretty
the
bad.
big question. Here's the big question.
The accents all sound the same once you get that deep into the Midwest.
So here's the big question. So if the Republicans actually do pull anything off, do you think they're going to impeach Biden, and how quickly?
I think so, because I know MTG's already introduced in bills of impeachment. I wouldn't be shocked if the first thing she did in January was do it again. I know there's a lot of people that want to see that. I don't know if that's necessarily the right thing to do, though.
No, I personally hope they just don't even fuck with Biden and just go directly first step, go after Fauci, go after every single gaslighting motherfucker that they can, that they already said that they would. But what the fuck is impeaching Biden going to do? Like, it did nothing against Trump. Impeachment is just like a big, like, let me drag my dick across your desk.
But if they have the Senate, though, they can actually get rid of them. But then we get Kamala, who can't spit out.
Yeah, so that they won't do it. Plus, they won't do it because they don't want that. They don't want to extend the precedent to the point where when the things are reversed, they start getting booted. They still want, because then they will lose the argument over their depleting democracy, and they'll galvanize their fucking base for the next go around. They're smart enough to know not to do that. So I hope they just stay the fuck away from Biden. You're gonna have to impeach and impeach and impeach before you get to anything reasonable. And by the way, there's nothing reasonable. So don't even waste your fucking effort. Go straight after Fauci and hang that dude from a lamppost day one.
Yeah, and Rand
Minecraft.
Paul's already said that he wants to do that. Like he said if we win, we're going after Fauci.
They need to put a
So-
stake in the heart of the whole COVID regime, and also boot out any fucking
Oh,
Republican.
come
that was
on, we
the
got
side
to
of it.
forgive them. It was
I
just
did
the
see
snakes,
interesting
right?
Amnesty,
interesting
bitches. Amnesty.
really interesting thing that I saw that Josh Hawley is actually supporting. He's not supporting Mitch McConnell for the Senate, whatever, I forget what it's called. But yeah, like he won't be the leader of the Senate. So
Well, here's the fun.
Mitch McConnell being out of that picture would definitely give them more options to go with, and I think if they,
But they'll go with a rhino. They're not going to go with anybody like a Rand Paul.
Well,
or
here's the biggest thing that I'm looking to see if this will actually happen. Then I will go, holy fuck, there actually was some effect to this election. If we get the populists in there elected in doing shit, not just the Republicans, but if you actually get the America First, Trump backed MAGA,
Blake
populist,
Masters, JD Vance.
if you get all of them in there enough to make enough noise to start holding shit up, to me, that's the only way that I'll be interested in what this actually does. If it's nothing but establishment Republicans, rhinos, more guys like Brian Kemp that go to DC, nothing will happen. Everything will be show trial this, show,
it's going to be the first 2 years of Trump over again, where they did absolutely nothing. They had everything and they did nothing. They got nothing passed. They repealed no laws.
Yeah, and what you'll see for the next 2 months.
And I blame that on Paul Ryan. Like, Paul Ryan was terrible. He was awful.
Well, and what you're going to see for the next 2 months is the current Senate and House, also with Biden, push through every fucking thing they possibly can before the new regime comes in January. So, are you really going to win anything? No. The only way that I think that this is in any way shifting the Overton window at all is if you get those crazy MAGA populists, which I will be like, fuck yeah, go do it. Like, actually go in and fuck some shit up. Like,
I want to see them make Massey the speaker.
Yeah.
I would. My God, they made Massey the speaker. I would join the Republican Party tomorrow.
Oh, we would be getting sassy with Massey.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Going back to the impeachment thing, I actually want Biden to be impeached, and I want Kamala thrown in there because I want our first woman president to not have been elected.
Selected, not elected.
You
right?
didn't shatter that glass ceiling. They just opened a window pane and threw you down.
Now here's the real question. Do you think that she would actually accept, or do you think that she would step down and appoint somebody else in her wake? Because I don't think that she has the confidence
Nancy
in herself.
Pelosi would be the
It'd be
first.
Nancy. Yeah, it'd be Nancy. So
No. Because if she,
Paul, our first man, baby.
if she,
Dude, can you imagine the
if
hammer
she
throw
does get
contest
it-
on the Capitol lawn?
if she gets in, then she'll make Hillary her VP and then step down.
Yeah,
I mean that's
what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
what's going to happen.
it wouldn't be Nancy.
Wait, I thought she was Hillary. I thought she was Hillary in blackface.
I'm sure if
Have I been wrong this entire time?
No, not wrong, just mistaken, but not that far off.
Hillary's a little bit more coherent when she speaks.
Yeah,
I mean, Kamala's
Never
not
watched
making any.
the-
of
I
these
think it's an
choices,
act.
though.
Did you ever watch the
Hillary's been
Beat Box?
doing some rounds
I
recently.
think it's an act.
Really?
I think it's an act. Yeah, I think it's an act. I think it's an act to get Republicans advocating to impeach Biden, get Biden out of there and put her in power. I think she's slicker than what you think. If you go back and listen to the speeches she gave back when she was attorney general and shit like that, the woman's smart. She ain't stupid. And she sucks a good dick, apparently.
a good enough one anyway.
Apparently,
But that's
Hey,
what I'm saying.
just saying.
I
I wouldn't kick her out of bed unless she was better on the floor.
Hell yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying. Don't touch Biden. Like, just leave.
Actually, so here's the strategy. Here's the perfect strategy. I think you let Biden flounder. You let more gaffes. Like, you let more verbal slips and all this kind of stuff. Let him be a geriatric outpatient. And although that looks bad for like if Trump runs, like even because he would be around the same age or whatever.
I don't want Trump to run.
Oh,
I
he's running.
do.
Nobody does. I'm tired of all these geriatric patients running.
I think he's
I'm
running
like,
for sure, though.
I wish he would just
I
have a
want
heart attack
Massey.
and get it over with.
I wish Massey would run.
Like I said, the Clintons are about to get busy.
But yeah, I think you let them goof around, and then all of a sudden, like the more destruction that Biden like tries to do, or at least like he makes America look bad, the more likely that 2024 goes red and not blue.
Here's the issue. Here's what you got to look at. Part of the reason that people are voting Republican is they're tired of the division. It's part of the reason they voted for Biden is they were tired of the division, right? If the first thing you do is you start going after Biden and you start trying to impeach him, then you're not doing anything different. Then it's just tit for tat. It's more of the same old bullshit. We're just going to have this back and forth Republican versus Democrat fighting. No, what people want to see is the Republicans lay out a plan of action like Newt Gingrich did under the Clinton administration, right? They want to see that type of thing. This contract with America kind of idea where they're putting forward policy and they're not fighting this political battle. Yeah. All right. And if the Republicans don't realize that and they go into office in this battle mode that their base wants to see, but majority of independents, the majority of Democrats, majority of people are tired of looking at. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've told people, I will not talk to you because you keep bringing up Trump. He's no longer the president. What the fuck does it matter? Right? It's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't care about what your feelings are on Donald Trump. Number one, I never voted for the guy. Not once. I don't care. I laughed at all his jokes, so he was hilarious. But
he is pretty good.
But what you want to see is a new contract for America, like Newt Gingrich laid out under the Clinton administration, and something like that. You don't want to see this back and forth tit for tat, because that is a guaranteed way in 2 more years for Biden or another Democratic administration to retain power in the office of the executive and possibly take back the Senate, maybe even the House.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And that's why,
But that's what they're going to do. That's exactly what the GOP will do. They will not do it. You have probably 10 people that will actually do something. The rest of them are just going to play the same game that they've been playing, and they're gonna go after Biden. For sure.
Nothing is gonna.
My only hope for Masters is that he ignites the Mises flame under fucking Rand Paul's ass. Those two get to work and fucking do something. That's my only hope for Blake Masters.
Yeah, like and I'll try to echo what I think you were saying as well, Tommy, is that I don't know if the Republicans understand the opportunity that they are presented with. They have the greatest opportunity, in over a decade to go in and be like, we could easily use the momentum and the fury of our base to go do these political victories that do nothing for any of y'all and just precipitate this cycle for the next umpteenth election cycles. And this is the world we live in now. Fuck that. We can actually, like you said, contract with America. We can be the guys that are we rise above where the Democrats have been wanting to keep us and drag us and all this shit. And they can literally win over the center and even reasonable Democrats that are looking around going, I don't know why the fuck I'm on the side of chopping kids' dicks off, but I'm not comfortable here. I want to see some level of.
Yeah, I'm thinking that if you sort of play it, I'm thinking if you sort of play it safe, and if they do build this sort of like build up, even if Biden vetoes a lot of what they try to push forward, they can say, look, we're trying, we're attempting, we have this plan. And all we need in 2024, we need the presidency to then secure that plan. And if they've been trying and they've been attempting to do that kind of stuff, and they're not just doing political theater, then I think that 2024 it could be just another red year. Even though
the only reason that Clinton got a second term was because he signed on the Gingrich plan.
Yeah, that's the only reason he
that was the only reason.
Yeah.
But the way that the Republicans were able to stay in power in the Senate and in the House is by proposing this plan.
The economy was starting to flounder, and as soon as that got signed and the tax cuts went through, there were some spending cuts, not a lot, but there were some. But that wasn't
he the last president to cut the deficit?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bush was only in office for 9 months before it was like fucking wartime. Yoo-hoo, let's go get him, boy.
I mean, Clinton did bomb a couple aspirin factories when he got caught getting a blowjob at the White House. I mean, you got to give him that.
That's.
I mean, he spent some money.
Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't mean for that to land there. I'm not just talking about the.
Let's distract these fuckers.
And then what was it? Somalia. With
Yeah,
the Black Hawk Down, that was under him.
Yeah, that was in Somalia, and then
the Meals on Wheels campaign.
Well, you had the war.
That was such a joke.
What was the war in Eastern Europe? Was it Bahrain?
Bosnia.
Bosnia. Thank you.
Milosevic, was that his name?
Yeah,
Milosevic. Yeah.
He looked kind of like Clyde, but with a happy face.
Wait, Clyde, have you been? Did you come from Bosnia?
Clyde, where were you in 1996?
Oh, apparently,
AOC
and Illinois more. Their races are called. They both won.
The squad.
Tim Pool was saying that if all the Republicans in AOC's district voted, she would lose.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Tim Pool also thinks we're like 260 days past the Civil War kicking off.
This is true. This is Civil War's coming anytime now.
And he's putting out shitty Green Day covers that he's calling original music. But I mean, I wish him the best.
You can rag on that, but I mean, come on, like, you have Portland's been on fire for 5 years now.
This is the song I'm most proud of, though, guys.
Guys, and I'm going to use a face swapping app to make everybody sing my song.
Don't be proud of the music you're putting out, dude.
Yeah, so here's how the outrage is going. Somebody, I don't know who this Rex Chapman is. Let's see.
Yeah, he was a basketball player for the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah,
who he was? So he say effing Rand Paul, effing Ron DeSantis, effing Marco Rubio. Our democracy is absolutely it.
Yes.
Well, good.
Papa is grinning right now.
But here's the thing: when leftists start thinking that democracy is dead because they're literally doing the democratic thing, that does bother me because they actually believe in it so hard that their reaction.
Then they'll stop showing up.
Well, no. Their reaction, that would be too reasonable. Their reaction will be to start destroying shit and making all of our commutes to work a lot more bumpy with all the bodies that are going to be stopping traffic.
I know what your commute is.
See, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I left Houston years ago. Like, fuck all that. I don't have to worry about them messing up my commute.
I love it.
That in Grand Rapids. Mark's got a problem. I'm out in the sticks. Well, not kind of in the sticks, but
I mean,
I love it. A few weeks ago, Pete Q said it's time for him to get the fuck out of. It's time for him to already get the fuck out of Auburn because there's too many people in Auburn. And I'm like, God damn it, what I would give to live in a city the size of Auburn.
I left Houston we left in 2016. It was probably 2016 we left Houston. But I had been trying to get out for like 10 years prior to that. I had already known, I was like, I don't want to be here. This place is crazy. Now my biggest problem is watching one of my ducks chase my pit bull around the yard. So that's hilarious because the pit bull is terrified.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know how good I had it when I lived on a 5-acre plot of land in southeast Georgia in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
God,
stayed, man.
I can't get my wife to move out even further. Like,
we're
kind of stuck here.
I moved out of that property in 2000.
That's why they make. That's why they make. That's why they make zip ties and duct tape.
And underwear and hammers.
help, but take your time.
Just go easy, slow and steady, motion of the ocean, right?
Yeah.
I want to
But
go
that's why
like
I'm
rural
glad-
Tennessee, man, like southern rural Tennessee.
See, I'm out here in the sticks in Alabama, so like, actually, it's nice. I got a river, just up the road. I can just go down and fish in the river. Whatever.
Do you think that Paul Pelosi and the Hammer Goblin got a little confused with the commands, and the guy with the hammer thought he said "blast my glass inside out," and that's why it was out on the step instead of?
You put a lot of thought into this.
I'll leave you
I
guys to
think the
ponder
whole
that.
thing's a setup. I think the whole thing was an absolute.
Sorry.
There's no way it was not.
I'm gonna get this channel
real.
canceled.
Exactly.
Justin's back. He's like, "Get Magoo
No,
out
he's
of
like,
here!"
please.
Fucking Christ!
I got a
It's
list
like,
of
we just
people
got
you
back
can
on
throw off.
YouTube. You're gonna get us kicked off again.
Let us make it more than a week. Shit.
Well, you already got yesterday's episode hit with a strike. Like,
Yeah, the
it's a-
stupid SNL clip.
Back up now.
Wait,
Oh, it's
what?
back up now.
What happened?
It got blocked from
It got
being viewed
copyright
in the U.S.
stricken.
because of NBC, which I don't think we have many fans outside the U.S. So we might.
Durka Muhammad Jihad, morning
Except
after,
Russia.
number
Yeah,
one
like-
show.
We are a pro Putin morning show.
We got. Have you ever seen that old clip from? I think it was. I don't know. It was the Al Jazeera network where they were like, "All my husband will let me say is death to America."
Yeah.
You ever see that one?
No.
Oh, that one's great. It's classic. It's I can't in living color. I think it was.
Are they still on the air? Al Jazeera?
No, well, didn't they buy out Al Gore's network?
I didn't even know that.
Al Gore had a network.
Yeah, he had one for a little
The
while.
Climate Change Network.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
real original.
Are y'all paying attention to the election results or just talking shit? It looks like
Talking shit.
It seems
What do
like
you
things
think
are
I'm staring at
slowing
right
down.
now?
Hey, did Buck ever get back to you?
it takes times to count all those votes coming in, man.
Yeah, it could
What?
be-
Sometimes they
of these-
misplace them.
Well, and a lot of them,
Or they
they're not
find
even-
500,000 underneath.
A
the
lot of
table
them,
in
they're not.
Detroit.
bring them downtown.
A lot of them, they're not even releasing any numbers right now. So that's when I'm like scrolling past.
Yeah,
I'm looking at mainly
A
the
good
governor's
account
races.
to follow is Election Whiz on Twitter too.
Yeah, I'm not on Twitter though.
I
so-
saw that.
You privileged bastard.
Elon's
You
gonna
can
let
buy
you
it
back
for
on.
$8 a month.
Yeah.
You said that Texas has already been called for Abbott. Did I see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did
That's
Well, last
some
I
reports.
looked, it was at 40. Right now, it's showing it's at 43% counted. Abbott at 53.8 and Beto at 44.9. So-
Apparently, even one of the Houston districts or whatever could go red.
wow.
So
Well, Michigan
Yeah.
is still run by Union thugs, so
Well, you would have, like-
Whitmer's winning 54-44.
Yeah, they're all doing what
Georgia
they were told to do.
I just love looking at the Wisconsin numbers. It just cracks me up.
This is his favorite part.
It's like those people just
12%.
don't even give a shit. They're just like, whatever, man. I'm out here ice fishing. Y'all can suck my dick.
Well, I
12%.
remember not too long ago, as in the last
Canadians
midterm
don't
election,
vote anyway, at least.
nobody voted in the midterms. No one gave a fuck. But now we're having record-breaking turnout because now too many people give a fuck.
There were
got-
more. There were
We
more
got
people.
Pennsylvania at 26% votes counted. Shapiro, the Democrat, at 59.1. Mastriano, the Republican, at 38.5. And Solosky says key. What is he, like the keymaster? At
I'm the
1%.
gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So
53-46.
So Rick
Kim
Moranis is
Abrams.
running?
That's what I guess. I guess Solosky is code for
all right,
Rick Moranis.
Carlos, but what is One American News saying? Is it a red tsunami?
Yeah, where do we go for the middle here?
Well, has
you
anybody
guys-
checked? Hold on. Has anybody checked in on the New York governor race to see if
I have. I'm not getting. It's 19% counted. Hochul is at 66%. Zeldin is at 34.
the legend of Zelda needs to reignite.
Well, the only place that's counted is New York City. So, I mean, the rest, we're still waiting on everything else to come in.
So, like areas like Albany could really play in there. I think.
Yeah, there's a couple of little spots, like little suburbs around Albany, a suburb around Syracuse, a suburb around Buffalo that have already counted. But for the most part, I mean, I'm looking at the map. There's very little counted yet. It's only New York City for the most part.
Because to me, that would be one of the biggest upsets in the country. Or it would no,
I would
New York.
like to
It would
know-
be the biggest upset in America if Zeldin comes in and just kicks all. Because everybody's pissed at Hochul. She's out there just saying, the crime's not that bad, and they're like, "Bitch, I don't even take the fucking train to work anymore."
I'm wondering if we could look back at like past races and where it was at when New York City was the only vote counted, and we may be able to compare it like that, but I don't know how you would go about doing it.
Yeah, like normally it's 80-20 dim, and this time it's 60-20, and it's like,
it's 66-34 right now. So.
Yeah, like is that a barometer that we can actually extrapolate to say fucking Hochul's in trouble?
Right.
Have you seen all the videos of the people being thrown like off the tracks into the trains?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like every week there's a new video.
Yeah.
Some House of Cards shit.
Yeah.
I mean that or the stabbings. Like I saw like several videos of stabbings like in the subway.
Dude, I saw.
My wife and I lived in Brooklyn. Like, I would never have
only
expected
take
that.
place in places that have outlawed guns.
Well, I saw a video earlier today, maybe like 3 hours ago, where a dude walked up into a bodega, got in a fight with a guy, a 29-year-old fighting a 21-year-old. The 29-year-old starts stabbing the 21-year-old. The 21-year-old was packing. He gets back up. He draws. He chases the guy outside as he's trying to escape, pops him, is just shooting at the guy. I don't know if he hit him. Three cops were around the corner just meter mating.
Yeah.
And they hear the shots. They come over and immediately drop the guy defending himself, shooting the guy. Now, obviously, there's no way for them to know what the fuck happened because the odds are somebody's running up, shooting somebody.
Yeah,
the guy with the gun's in the wrong there.
The
but
stab wounds weren't an indicator that there was another situation taking place.
I mean, when you're a block away and you hear gunshots, you're like, let's go shoot that guy. I mean,
you just don't run and shoot.
Bad.
Like
it's so
you
bad
just don't run and shoot people.
I hear gunshots next door all the time, and I don't shoot those guys. So,
Well, there's a lot of, let's just say, different. I got to be careful. Evidence that may not be present. In your current...
Maybe we should have been chasing this guy with a shotgun.
Yeah, get that good spread.
Who was it?
You better watch out. Apparently in Georgia, that'll get you get the law after you.
Who was it a couple years ago?
Well, it'll get you elected in Pennsylvania. So,
who was it a couple years ago that had there was a shootout and there was some libertarian guy who like popped the guy that was shooting him, and then the cops
in Colorado.
That was in Nevada.
Colorado. Okay, yeah.
Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah, and the cops just took the guy out.
Yeah.
I think they took him out because they were pissed because he shot the other guy.
No, it's literally they just show up. They know it's a shooting. They see a guy with a gun, and they just drop him. It's literally.
Yeah, but he had the magazine out, and he had the gun cleared, the magazine out, and he had his hands down. Like,
they shot him because he took out one of their informants.
Oh shit!
No, I'm just joking. That was a joke.
No,
that's a bad joke. But
you gotta wonder about
probably an
that.
undercover cop, like all the ones with the Whitmer thing.
No, you're giving him far too much credit.
Trying to set up this damn gun argument.
Man, y'all give him too much credit. They don't think that much. They just show up, see a gun, shoot.
Oh yeah, look at Vegas.
Well, no, that took a little bit of
story that went away. That's the story that went away completely.
Speaking of which, does anybody know when Mark Claire's show is dropping with Cyprian? Where they're no, he's got an upcoming show with Cyprian where they deep dive the Vegas
into
shooting.
the Vegas, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah,
I know it's coming up. I think
is it
sometime this
episode
month.
3 or
what is?
It's not out. It's not. I don't think it's out.
Cyprian work for? Does he work for Saudi Arabia? Does he know what?
I mean, I'm gonna pay attention to the show.
I just don't understand. Is it like the?
Yeah, why is he relevant on that
the
story?
Orthodox Christian to Saudi Arabia pipeline now?
Hey, I'm like you guys. All I have is questions. I just know Mark Claire mentioned that he's going to be doing an episode.
I don't like Cyprian. I'm sorry.
I don't understand how he's the authority on that one.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm
I guess-
literally all I know is Mark Claire said he's doing an episode. With
He's a
Cyprian on the
brown
Vegas
guy.
Shooting.
Brown
And
guy.
I was just like, fuck it. Do y'all know when that's coming out? Because I want to hear.
Poor Magoo just like wants to know when this
I just need
episode
answers.
comes.
Damn it.
I honestly don't know, man.
Fuck you, Magoo.
God damn.
I did.
Now-
I did the Bitcoin school that he did. I did that with through Lions of Liberty, and I lasted probably about 30 minutes of listening to him talk, and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
I
not a
paid
fan of
for
him.
it.
In fact, I would rather spend 80% of my time just shitting on a lot of what he does. But I just
Well, sure,
threw out a
he's going with
question,
that.
and now I know what it feels like to be at the Root whatever festival, just taking
Do
bullets
you want me to?
from all
I'll give
angles.
you
Just
a free
like war.
I'll give you a free
Just like it.
preview.
What's that?
So,
No.
the symbolism around the Vegas shooting and the angles at which everybody was standing symbolize it.
Well, the word
Like, that's what he got-
Mandalay
that's what this guy
comes
does.
from.
Yeah, exactly. This is what this guy does. Like,
If you zoom it way out, they all were like aligned in a
yeah.
666.
If you zoom way out, the Mayans predicted that shooting.
Yeah, and the orientation of Mandalay Bay is really in the Trinity, and so it was God striking down.
And,
Yeah, I don't know.
it wasn't 2020 when he moved to Saipan. It was actually right after the Vegas shooting. He misremembers everything, so it's like
Maybe he's
oh, I
confessing.
saw it then.
I don't know. I just want to hear it.
Well, no, it was 2020, but he thought it was hindsight, and so
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was like, yeah.
It's like, spiritually, he moved to Saipan in
Yeah.
2017, and then
See, the problem is, like, I really like Mark's new show. I like the direction.
No,
of it.
I love
I
Mark.
just,
And,
I just,
yeah, I
like-
love his new show.
yeah, I don't
It's-
know if I'm gonna be able to listen to that one though.
It's hard to know who.
I didn't listen to the last one, but I'll still tell you to go listen to Mark's show.
Yeah,
It
it's
was a
hard to
good show.
it's hard to know who's like okay, like who's cool with who's not cool with who, because I remember last time we had one of these at night ones. I think we were
I just
kind of
don't
shooting
like
on.
smug people. I'm sorry, man. I'm just like that's what gets me.
No, I'm with you. But
Like
last
that
time we had,
fucking Justin guy. This he pops in, pops out like he owns the place. Man, fuck that guy.
it's like I'm not paying you rent, motherfucker. But no, last time we were on, we were kind of quasi mildly shitting on Clint Russell's rapping, and then I forgot that like not everybody on the panel feels the same way, and then we got a little blowback, and I was like, ugh, shit.
wait,
I'm
who
not
gave you
trying to-
blowback on that? Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah, who?
Jesus, who was it? Late, get in here.
Jesus is taking up for your rapping. You're doing something right.
No, it's everybody was drunk. We were like 4 hours in, and no,
Oh,
it was.
just give me a minute.
No,
Yeah, I was the
drunk.
only sober person on that show. I had to leave.
Oh, man.
That was the show
No,
you
but
guys
any-
called me out as the guy that would believe anything.
Oh yeah,
I
we
wasn't
gave
even
you
on
the
show to
bear.
defend
We,
myself. Yeah, that's
yeah,
fair.
we gave you a nickname and everything. Like
I
I was
appreciate that
honoring
part of
you
I appreciate
while shitting on you. If I can't shit on you while honoring you, I mean, I don't even want to be on the show.
I'm absolutely okay with everybody that can laugh at themselves.
Mm.
Yes.
That's kind of my rule. If you can laugh
Yeah.
at yourself, then we're cool. Like,
Yep.
we'll have a good time.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
looks
a
like,
fucking idiot.
New Hampshire Bulldogs down by probably 14 points.
Is anybody gonna be surprised if he loses? Because I've heard a lot of people are like projecting he's gonna win, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe not.
Well, I think the Libertarians pulling. I mean, he's
yeah.
pulling 3,000 votes, so he's not pulling enough votes to.
Kemp is
I mean,
up
I'll be
by
honest.
No,
80.
I'm not saying I think the Libertarian's gonna win, but it's very
No,
possible.
no, I didn't say that. What I was saying was he's not pulling enough votes to make that difference.
So can we all agree, or if I'm to believe all of the, I don't know, fuck it, propaganda, New Hampshire is like the most libertarian active political state as far as like the percentage. Like they should
There's
get
only
over 10%.
3,000 votes for him right now.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I'm going to make a blanket statement. If New Hampshire can't get 10% of the vote, being the Free State Project, the
Yeah.
Libertarian
Yeah.
Safe Haven, and all that shit, can we call it fucking over?
It's a failure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Okay.
running. Most of them are running as Republicans.
Because they want to win.
In New
I mean,
Hampshire,
most of the guys over there are not running as
because you get
libertarians.
more. Yeah, you get more money as.
You get more access.
Yeah, more access to money as a Republican. A lot of libertarians.
She ain't gonna like the desert, man. I'm telling you. They don't know what to do with fatback out there. I'm just.
Wife's gonna say hi.
They never could.
The loser, the libertarian losers, gonna say hi.
Hi, wife.
We're just shitting on everything you love.
Do we get the official results?
The official results is she got 0 votes so far.
The other person has 2.
Yeah, so everybody else has 2, but she's got 0.
Nice.
Yeah, no,
actually,
look,
I voted for her. So
I love libertarians, but not as much as I love shitting on libertarian politics. Like, I love the philosophy, but once it gets into the political realm, I'm just like, I don't know. I haven't been impressed in a very long time, and I'm here to be impressed. But
like after discovering libertarianism, I quickly turned to just enjoying chaos as much as possible. And so I remember watching, like, I was over the road and I was driving when January 6th happened, and I'm taking screenshots as I'm driving because I'm watching it live as people are streaming it. I'm taking screenshots. I'm sending it to my dad. My dad thought I was trolling him. He thought I was just messing around because I'm sending him all this stuff. People with their feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk and shit. My dad thought I was just joking because
felons in waiting.
Because I've just gotten to the point where it's all so funny to me. Like the chaos and the way it all works, it's all hilarious to me. And so he thinks I'm joking around, and he gets home that night at like 8:00 at night. He turns on the news. And he's like, "Holy shit, that son of a bitch was being honest. He was telling me the truth." He's like, "Tommy was telling me about this all day, and I wasn't even listening." I was like, "Yeah, you should listen, man."
What do you mean, the dude's like walking in wearing?
Oh, it was so entertaining.
Yeah, I was laughing my ass off. And then when I think it was Bird that called it the Reichstag fart, and I was just, it was just so good, man. It was so good.
That's the beginning of the end, man. There's all these articles out now, like post-insurrection voting, and it's a scary world out there now. You guys don't take it seriously at all. Like,
I feel like Clyde's doing another Blair Witch Project. He's like, it's scary. I'm so scared. I'm so terrified. Guys, there's going to be another insurrection. I can feel it.
If he runs into Stacey Abrams out there, we got
Whoa, guys. Actually, in my state, one of the libertarian actually got 10% of the vote. And there was no Democrat running. Though.
Fucking strike up the meme where the dude's on the bottom of the fucking trophy rack, just like,
They are going to prop this guy up, probably. He got 10%. The first libertarian to ever
put him on your shoulders. Make the billboards now.
How soon before he's on Dave Smith's show?
He's gonna make his concession speech, and some fat dude's gonna run across the stage naked.
I invited Dave Smith to the stream tonight. So
wearing a banner saying, "Here's my license for my toaster."
What did he run for?
He was for the 1st district in Alabama.
Because security was chasing.
That's not that fat black guy, is it?
Jesus Christ, Mark. We reserve those words for Stacey Abrams around here.
You know what I'm talking about. The bitch. Ricky Harrington.
I mean, sure, whatever.
Well, it looks like the libertarian candidate for governor got 7,000 votes so far.
It looks like they should be calling Georgia soon. They're at 66%.
Yeah.
Kemp is at 53.7, and Abrams is at 45.6.
You know how
sounds about where the final polling was. So you're right.
What's going on in Arizona? Did you guys see all the stuff today with the voting machines not?
Yeah, man, their machines
working?
weren't working and shit.
Yeah.
Maricopa County had a little kerfuffle. The same shit happened in Cobb County here, northwest of Atlanta.
It's interesting though. Her opponent is the Secretary of State,
Katie Hobbs.
Yeah. So she was running this election.
Yeah, no conflict of interest.
None.
Same thing happened here in Georgia. And,
yeah.
And in
That's what who?
2020.
Brian Kemp here in Georgia was the Secretary of State when he was winning the election for governor. And, I don't know if y'all listen to or watch or digest, however you get it, the propaganda report, especially back around 2020 when they had Garland Favorito from Voter GA.
Yeah.
And he was pushing all of the investigatory stuff, at least in the state for the 2020 election, which garnered like the most amount of attention. But most people don't know he was doing that in the first Kemp campaign, pointing out all the same shit that he was doing because he was Secretary of State, suppressing this, manipulating that. And so it's not that Abrams didn't have some valid critiques of the election. She didn't fucking win it. And it looks hilarious just the way that time has gone. But when secretaries of state run for governor of that same state, conflict of interest is like
else,
I mean, that's that there should be some blockages. Like you can take this position or be elected into this position, but you cannot then go from this position directly to that position. I mean, there's just too obvious of conflicts.
So we got a new we have a new county in for New York. Niagara County came in and Lee Zeldin won Niagara County 60.2% to 39.8, which has changed the
overall
estimates. Yeah, it's 24% of the votes counted. Hochul at 64.6, Zeldin 35.4. So he's gaining some ground right now.
New York, but like the thing, like it doesn't matter, right? Like it doesn't matter. New York, you got the 5 boroughs, and they all vote, and that's like the end of it. That population alone like outweighs all of everything else. Then you got to take into like.
Damn, I thought we were supposed to keep it up with elections. I didn't know we had Debbie Downer over here.
But see, this was going to be the first. This was going to be the first test to see how many people, if enough people moved out of New York, to maybe do some.
You should watch the morning show.
I feel like a douche now. I've been staring at my phone almost this whole time.
I'm just saying, like, 'cause I grew up there, and so like I know, like you have all this.
I grew up in New York.
No, so like, and I remember I've looked at those.
It's why the camera's down here. So it's why the camera's down here.
I'm a clown.
But that's why Clyde has the camera down here, so that we're always looking up at him.
No, go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry.
Clyde, where are you outside?
He's roller skating. Can't you tell?
He's not. He's in the woods.
Because everybody in my house is sleeping. Yeah, I feel like waking up.
He's about to run across a voodoo doll hanging from a tree.
He thinks we're all Stacey Abrams. That's why he wants us to look up to him right there. No, not Stacey Abrams. What's her name? Kamala. I screwed that.
I wanted to.
That makes more sense.
Are you trying to say that Stacey Abrams has never sucked a dick?
I meant Kamala. I screwed that one up.
Like, she's pretty good at flossing. Finds those little tiny dudes and sticks with them.
And I thought I was supposed to be the one that has no soul.
No,
that's Mark.
That's Mark.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the passenger.
It's true.
It's true.
I had to go outside though, and it's just I like the lighting. Like it makes me feel darker, and like I feel okay about voting for Stacey Abrams now.
The lighting's so good, he's about to start dropping the hard R, guys. That's what he's really saying.
No.
Yeah, that. I'm thinking about it.
Well, there goes this show again.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, Justin.
I'm not. You know what you did. Is anybody monitoring Twitter to see if there's I don't know.
I'll pull it up.
Any wild
I
shit
am
going
looking,
down?
and they did actually officially call Texas. It's 53% counted, 53.6 Abbott, 45.1 O'Rourke. So
do you think he'll go away? The same thing. The same question with Stacey. Like, if she loses, or rather, when she loses, like,
No, they filled their coffers. No, they
So-
filled their coffers. They can keep going.
no, because they raise a lot of money, man. Beto O'Rourke outraised Greg Abbott.
But here's where I'll
so they
back
raise
up.
a lot of money. They can use that money for all kinds of things. But just in October alone, Beto raised $10.1 million.
Yeah, but they can still raise that money behind anybody else. Like, here's where I'll back up Clyde. At least here in Georgia,
wow,
Stacey Abrams is a created person. That's not even up for debate. Everybody knows that.
Right.
Yeah, Klaus Schwab created her.
75% of her campaign donations, at minimum, I mean, that's a lowball number, was coming from outside of the state. And from everything that was coming from outside of the state, 80% of that was coming from California. The other 20 basically was coming from New York and probably DC. But even within her own campaign, there were leaks coming out throughout over the last 8 to 9 months about how unsatisfied they were with her as a candidate for not being able to garner more support based on the amount of money that they were infusing into her shit, that they were going to be cutting her off after this election on the outcome where she does not win or even make an improvement on the margin that she had on the last election. So they do have a time frame. They will back you and back you and back you. And then once you have shown that you are a non-worthy candidate, they will cut you the fuck off, throw you in a ditch, face down, ass up, because that's the way that, whatever. And then they will pick another person. They will create a new person to fill your spot. So Beto, once you lose 2 major national elections, or even better,
3, yeah.
But there is an expiration date. We just haven't ever seen that go full rotation where it's like, we'll run you for senator.
I don't know how many times did they run Biden for president. I mean, Jesus.
Well, it took them 40 years, but their time frame has gotten much shorter.
The charm.
Yeah, but their time frame has gotten much shorter, and they're less patient. And they've even told on themselves, saying, "After this, we are fucking done with Stacey."
But she hasn't won anything. Biden actually won a seat.
But she'll be, she hasn't won a thing. But she'll be on The View. She'll be on MSNBC. She'll be on one of those shows.
But
Mark, I sent you something about Tulsi Gabbard.
But here's the one thing that you got to continue to remember about Stacey Abrams is her running for governor. Whether she won or lost doesn't matter. They already won. They got her sister on as a federal judge during all this time.
Yep.
So sometimes what they're running for isn't the actual target. It's kind of like, it would be nice if it happened, but once it doesn't, we can cut you out because we already got other things accomplished in your wake.
For a hot minute, I thought like they were setting her up to run for presidency here in the future at some point. Like
that was the goal. How can you turn down a big?
That's what they wanted.
How could you turn down a big booty black woman? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, she's more well.
Who can shoot basketball? Apparently,
she's better spoken than Kamala Harris, though. And she doesn't have the
as well. So.
But she doesn't have
shit.
But she doesn't have the
Justin providing more numbers than us on the show.
Hell yeah. Oh, can I ask a favor, Mark?
Katie Hobbs
sent Mark something about the fundraising. Like they apparently the Democrats are like outspending. I don't know if you can pull that up, but they're outspending the Republican candidates, especially like Masters in them, by like 4 to 5 times like what they're spending.
Yeah, that wasn't. I'll pull that up after we watch it.
It's funny that Gabbard has a video about abortion because she straight up looks like the type that would drown puppies in a tub. Or am I just thinking of Cruella DeVille?
That said.
Hey, everybody. I was recently in Michigan, my mom's home state, where I had the opportunity while I was campaigning with Tudor Dixon, who's running for governor, to spend some time with Michigan families as well as religious leaders who talked to me about Michigan's draconian Proposal 3 that's on the ballot. I want to tell you a little bit about this because it's a really important question for voters. This does a few things. It amends the state constitution, first of all, overturning a law that requires abortion facilities to be licensed and inspected for the health and safety of women. It includes legal loopholes that allow late-term and partial birth abortions, which essentially is really infanticide. It also overturns a law that requires parents to know if their child is pursuing an abortion or gender hormone therapies. Now, this change to the state constitution will have devastating impacts. And I want to urge Michigan residents and voters to protect women, to protect parental rights, and protect our kids by voting against Proposal 3.
Okay, I have something about
I'll
her.
I'll never be able to look at that chest again without seeing Don the Pleb.
Well, just real quick,
Hold on,
Mark,
hold on.
how cold? I just got to drop a quip and then I'll bounce out. Trust me, I'm Mark, how cold is it up there in Michigan? Was she supposed to make us believe
Colder
she's in
than a
Michigan?
witch's
'Cause
tit.
I didn't see.
It's 43 right now.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
not
she was
too
in
bad.
Michigan.
No, she said she was just in
It's
Michigan.
been,
so
I mean,
think
it
she
was in the
left.
70s all week last week.
Yeah,
It
last
was
week.
a very poor hard nip joke that landed very softly.
Oh, I see.
Anyways,
Just like your small penis.
I told you it was going to be bad.
So
I think she's setting herself up to be Trump's VP. That's why she's made such a hard change.
I don't think so.
No, she
don't think
wants
so.
that job.
I don't
She
think so.
wants that job so bad.
Well, she's
gonna
going to have to pull a
give her a
Kamala
grab.
to get it.
I don't think so. I think she's found a way to fucking make a lot of money. That's what I
No,
think.
depending on how
I think
Carrie
she's found a-
Lake's.
I think she's found a place where she can make money, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm done with government. I'm gonna make my money now, baby." And
Totally
she's
agree.
going for it.
Totally agree. I think Carrie Lake,
I
depending
like
on how
Carrie
that
Lake.
race
I would
goes,
vote for Carrie Lake.
I could
like
see.
Carrie Lake.
I could see a Trump Lake ticket well before I could see a Trump DeSantis ticket.
I see a Lake. I see a
the
Lake.
best
Especially after Trump,
best
called DeSantis
DeSanctimonious.
Yeah, I mean, like the guy is
The best
so
ticket.
damn.
Okay.
That was the worst.
I
That
was
he's
like,
ever
so-
done.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like-
lost his step. This is
Yeah.
what being off Twitter for 2 years does.
This
to you.
is why he belongs in a nursing home.
But no, Mark. What I was going to ask you is if you could pull up.
What do we got?
Oh, he's actually
Is this-
showing here
Oh, this
the
is spending.
fundraising.
Yeah. So if dollars equaled votes,
Wow.
which to a degree they do.
Jeez, look at this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like 4 or 5x of what they're spending on.
Well, I'm in center.
Well, did you see that it came out that the
governor.
Democrats were actually putting money into the Republicans, the MAGA Republicans races?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So if you take that Democrat money out of the MAGA Republicans, there would be like next to no
There'd be nothing.
dollars because
There'd
they're
be
like,
no money.
they'd be like, dude, you don't need my money. You got my vote. Fuck off. Stop calling.
Yeah, well, they did it because they said that they thought it was easier to beat the MAGA populist Republicans than it
Yeah.
was to beat the moderates.
Which I think they were
they're-
wrong on that. So
Well, it worked out well with the Pied Piper strategy and propping up Donald Trump against Hillary Clinton. That worked out
Right.
so well for these.
Yeah,
people.
they're not good at learning from lessons.
Yeah,
but
what is that? What's Einstein's definition of insanity? I'm just throwing that out there.
vote blue no matter who, or like vote blue
Basically,
equals no
yes.
matter who.
Dixon's within 24,000, 25,000 votes.
But Mark, here's what I was going to ask: if you could look up J.D. Vance's first political ad, it's fucking classic. I'm not going to say it's brilliant or good, bad, whatever, but he
Whatever happened to the guy that was running from the Klan?
which one?
David Duke?
No, the political ad where he was like,
running. He was running.
Oh,
from
that
the
was in-
Klan?
It was a black guy
Was that
talking
Warnock?
about I need full magazines in case the Klan shows up.
Fuck
I know
Warnock.
you're talking about.
Oh, that guy was awesome. That was a great commercial.
That was either Arizona or California or some shit. It was somewhere out west.
I
Maybe
thought it
even
was
Colorado.
Colorado. Yeah.
But no, JD
That's
Vance's
not
first
JD Vance.
political ad was just like, holy shit. I covered it on my podcast, my dumb little show. Fuck it, I'll plug
So
it
this
to
was
the
like
three
a year
people
ago
watching.
then. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Ignore the rant. Episode something. We talked
I'm
about it.
ignoring
was
it right
fucking
now.
hilarious.
So just get to the.
Then you're
Did you
doing
say
what you
something?
should. You were doing as you were told, Clyde.
Okay,
The title of
so-
my show isn't a title, it's a command.
So we got in Arizona, 41% in Mark Kelly, 56.4%, Blake Masters, 41.3%.
Was Katie Hobbs the girl that like gotten like some heat with the comb, and there was like pictures of her like naked pictures in the hotel?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know
I've been
who you're talking
cheering
about.
for the wrong person this whole time.
I was hoping that was Tulsi
I
Gabbard.
thought Gary Lake was the freak.
All right, this stream has moved over to Pornhub. But no, I know who you're talking
Was that
about.
her?
It sounds.
I was hoping you were going to say Tulsi Gabbard.
I'm starting to think like you. I think you might be right.
So is it the ad where he asks if you're
racist, if you hate Mexicans? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hold up.
This was it. Yeah, this was his entryway into politics, and I was like, "There's no way this guy's gonna fucking win." But
I mean, yeah.
I mean, how honest do you want me to be?
I mean,
I like.
Have you ever interacted
I like
with Carlos?
Ecuadorians, but them fucking Mexicans, man, dirty bastards.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see Latinos as a collective. Like, let's pick out a few. There's probably some I don't like.
You just gotta have a taco salad on Cinco de Mayo, right?
I love my Mexicans.
No,
my
it's
churritos
Hispanics.
have never been crispier.
An AOC
Love the
chorizo.
Hispanic community.
Who was the guy that did the big booty Latino video?
Alex Stein.
Alex Stein.
Alex Stein 99, dude.
Yeah.
The fascist comedian, as they call him.
God, that guy's just a guy that was on Ritalin in 5th grade and just never fucking stopped.
I think he's on with.
Man, let the guy have fun, man.
I think he's on with Malice tonight on The Blaze.
Yeah, he is.
Dude, I'm getting so many notifications like Hotep Jesus is watching election coverage. Steven Crowder, fucking Daily Wire. And
They're
now you
watching
know
our
who I
election
fucking.
coverage?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we're getting stream sniped. We're gonna be famous.
There's more than 6 people on this one.
By the way, Stacey Abrams.
HJ, bro, come on.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're projecting Shapiro to win Pennsylvania governor.
Every time you say Shapiro, I'm thinking Ben.
Fucking
Josh
Josh
listen
Shapiro.
up, real quick. But after you buy Ball & Branch sheets, I'm gonna save America.
They're saying that Mark Bennett, I think Mark, right? Bennett in Colorado won the Senate. Democrat 56% to 41.6%. Rubio, obviously, we had talked about earlier. Warnock and Walker are tied at 49% right now.
Fetterman is 52. Ours is 46.
Yeah,
That,
man,
I swear to you,
I am so
they're
disappointed. One of his goddamn ads wasn't him making that 99-yard touchdown run. I mean, he should have utilized that somehow.
Their campaign.
He probably couldn't. It was probably owned by the NFL.
Well, did you see how much money was in his campaign? Like, whoever owns the rights to that shit, the university owns it, and the university doesn't want to get political. So there's probably something there. Also,
well, that was when he was with the Cowboys, is what I'm talking about.
Oh,
back when he was with the Dallas Cowboys, he was the first running back to run a 100-yard touchdown.
Goddamn right.
Yeah,
Herschel was the fucking man. But he had a terrible campaign. He had a terrible team around him. He didn't know how to respond to the obvious hit jobs that would be coming at him that ran on my fucking TV for the last 6 months. Every 45 seconds. Clyde, you probably saw him too. And it was just like, this is so easy to shoot down. So easy to shoot down. And he's a terrible politician. Worst candidate in Georgia history, at least in my lifetime, to run for anything. And I voted for him because I thought it would be the funniest thing in the fucking world to hear him actually try to talk on the floor of the Capitol.
Well, can you imagine like Herschel Walker and Fetterman like debating, like
or
having a
Herschel
slap
Walker.
fight? Like, no.
What can we make one of them two an independent and put Biden into that?
Dude,
No. You got to have Hank Johnson. Hank Johnson, man.
Yeah, I think Guam would tip over if you put Stacey Abrams on one side of the island.
Did you see Guam elected their first Republican representative since like 1993?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Everybody's coming around.
The capsizing has begun, man.
Yeah, no cap.
Hard wave tipped it over.
Was his political ad no cap? that would be fucking. That's how we got the millennial vote. They're like, fuck, man, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Shit.
Every video I see of this JD Vance, do you hate Mexicans, is people talking about it. I can't find the actual one.
Well,
You can't go to
I think he got taken
jdvance.com?
down. Didn't he get taken down?
I wonder if he did.
Or,
Take it.
fine, fucking go to
He's
BitChute.
gonna win. He's gonna win this race. I'm sitting here watching the numbers.
Dude,
76% in Ohio. JD Vance is up 53.9% to 46%.
I'm telling you, dude. If you see, like, yeah, fuck it, go to BitChute. And it's hilarious. If you got to go to BitChute to find a political ad, that motherfucker's getting my vote. It just starts off with marching, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, click clack. Let's fucking.
Whose ad was it? The abortion ad that we. Who's did that ad? The one about with the cops arresting the woman for having the abortion.
Oh, that was good.
That was my favorite. That was absolutely my favorite ad.
Yeah.
This season.
Oh,
wait,
like,
I think I found it. Hold on.
That was like a series, Steven. That was a series of ads.
I will see you all tomorrow morning.
Oh, there was more ads?
Oh yeah, rock and roll, Clyde. Have a good one.
Take it easy, Clyde.
Yeah, there was a series of ads where it was a doctor talking to possible patients or whatever. And the first one was about abortion. The second one came up, and it was the doctor talking to a child, saying
he was going to kill it. Or
no, if so and so was elected,
I'd have to kill you.
it was so retarded, even I can't fucking make it make sense.
I'd have to cut your dick off. I mean,
and there we go. That's the second time we talked about it.
Sorry, Justin.
I mean, we're gonna have to reattach your dick. Fuck, is that worse? I don't know. Oh fuck, man!
I posted the link in the chat. I don't know if
I got it.
That's the right one.
It's coming.
Am I the only one that's seen this fucking ad?
I've never seen
I don't
it.
think I ever saw it.
All right. Yeah, here we go.
Are you a Mexican?
You hate Mexicans? The media calls us racist for wanting to build Trump's wall. They censor us, but it doesn't change the truth. Joe Biden's open border is killing Ohioans, with more legal drugs and more Democrat voters pouring into this country. This issue is personal. I nearly lost my mother to the poison coming across our border.
Those goddamn Mexicans.
Fans, and I approve this message because whatever they call us, we will put America first.
Those people.
So
Whatever
like
they call us, our backs are dry.
The funniest part, and it might not.
Can we replay the beginning?
Never hashtag never wet.
Just the first 5 seconds, probably, right?
Yeah.
Are you a racist? Do
Yes.
you hate Mexicans?
Yes.
The media calls us racist.
Ah, JD, you got my vote, dude. Fuck it, I clicked off
Cut it off.
after second three. I don't know. You got any more brain? You got any more brain busters, JD? I don't know. Just to open a fucking political ad, like, are you this? Do you also hate those fuckers? Well, my mom was killed by those assholes. And I'm here to fucking vote for me.
I mean, my question is, it's not my fault your mom's a drug addict, right?
And no, this is not going to be closed caption and fucking Espanol.
Do you want to take your meth without fentanyl lacing it?
Yeah, you want to go back in the good old days where you
Let's
could
go to
snort a
war
line
with
of-
China.
Yeah, you want to go back in the good old days where you could toot a line of fucking Colombian snow and not have to worry about getting killed by some Mexican dust. Vote for me. I got to shut the fuck up now.
So Blake Masters down 56-41. 42% of the vote is in.
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
Whitmer's
fuck
up
is
by
that?
40,000 now.
I don't know anything
But
about.
you also have to remember because
Arizona
all
County.
those. All right, so all those places where the machines went down, they're having to take those votes and put them in a box, and
Manually
count 'em
tabulate
later.
them.
So that
Oh, it's
it
going to
could
be
be-
Florida all over again.
yeah,
Hanging chads.
yeah. You don't. There's no telling how long that'll take them. You know,
It's going to be 2023
apparently,
before we know.
apparently, after the 20th century, America got so bad at math that they can't count, so they have to send all the ballots to China to have them fuckers count it.
And they'll ship them back.
That's what
and
I
then
heard. I don't know.
And then they'll hang out in a port until somebody can get to them.
Well,
Mark
and
Victor has
hopefully
25,000
COVID
votes.
2.0 doesn't hit in the meantime, and then they're just stuck there.
Well,
with
they're
the
working on it.
masks and all the gear.
That shit'll pop off in Boston if the lab leak. Oops, fuck. Probably shouldn't have said those two words together. Hey guys, so how about those Astros?
My wife has almost 1,800 votes as LP candidate.
Katie Hobbs.
Apparently, Maryland voted to
25%.
legalize recreational marijuana in part of their measures.
We got 38% of the votes counted in Arizona. Katie Hobbs 55.3, Carrie Lake 44.8.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again. What was she at?
It was 55.3 to 44.8.
So it's starting to look like what Carlos dropped in the YouTube chat that was brought up about half an hour ago, where MSNBC was saying it's more like a red ripple instead of a red wave. May be true.
Maybe.
Nah, fuck Carlos, man.
Oh, Jesus.
No, thank you.
Carlos.
No, thank you.
Probably from Mexico anyway. That's fucking.
No mas. No mas.
we got 4 viewers.
Stay in your lane, you foreigner.
Oh shit. We got 4 viewers and 3 of them are on the show. Let's fuck with the one remaining. I like it. I like this exclusive shit. It's just us talking to us now. Ain't nobody watching this.
Who's the lone guest?
Well, Tommy wouldn't waste his time watching this dumbass shit.
No, probably
I'm
not.
talking about Stephen, Trey, and me are 3 of the 4 viewers, and Carlos is the one still in the chat. And we're like, "Fuck you, Carlos!" Get
I
the fuck outta here.
repeatedly say racist things against Mexicans every morning. Somehow Carlos just comes back.
You don't count.
Yeah. That guy.
Right, weirdo.
Fact check this dick, dude.
Oh.
You think that's what Justin says to Kamala when she's finished?
Okay, so I just put that.
Oh,
the
see,
Eric,
I knew that Justin was a fan.
It's the Eric Swalwell ad. I just put that in there. This is like the best ad.
Dude, what a fucking last name. What a
Well,
last
he's the one. Was it Fang Fang? He was
Fang. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
was getting some of that tight Asian Pornhub.
Getting some of that
pussy.
sideways
He's
slant.
getting some of the Pornhub ads.
Oh, hello. I want you.
I love you long time.
I want to help make policy.
No black.
I love you long time.
Dude, this channel's so fucking new.
3 weeks until the midterm
Wait, this
elections
isn't it.
in Bay Area.
Oh.
Eric-
Oh, I gave you the wrong one. Sorry. Oh, there you go. Oh, they're
Wait.
talking about it. I pulled up the wrong.
That's
one.
not an ad.
No,
Oh,
they're
wait,
just
wait,
gonna
wait,
talk
wait.
New
about it.
story about an ad.
I think they're gonna play it.
Yeah, it's a story
Being
about
It's
it.
an ad
No,
of an
they're
ad.
talking over it.
Don't. Sorry.
It's all good.
If at
Oh, well.
first you
I'm
don't
done.
We've resorted to playing ads, political ads. It's not like we see enough of them.
do this.
So I
I
know
don't really see that many. I don't know. Maybe it's just.
I don't
I
watch-
just see them at watching football. That's about
So
it.
I got a question for y'all. Do y'all get political texts?
Yes.
Yes. I probably got 30 of them today.
No shit, because I've never gotten a single fucking one, and I don't know if it's
My
It's 'cause
wife
they
does.
go around,
I
right?
don't. I don't know why she does. She can't even
I-
vote. She's not even a fucking citizen.
well, like I'm not registered to any fucking party. Tommy, I would imagine you probably aren't either. Does that have anything to do with it?
Yeah, probably
gotten
probably
both
because I
sides.
was on the LP ticket, or I was on an LP officer, I guess, that I'd probably get it. My number's probably out there.
Because I got another buddy that used to vote Democrat that moved back to Georgia 2 years ago from Arizona. Excuse me. And he gets like we were watching the Georgia Tennessee game here at the house, and his phone was fucking blowing up. Like the second after they released a new Herschel Walker ad, his phone blew up and it was like Herschel Walker, blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, I've never ever gotten a fucking political text, and I'm almost upset because I want to be able to fuck with them. Like it's free content. Like
they never answer back. They never answer back.
Yeah, it's like an automated thing.
The funny thing is, my wife gets them all the time, but they're always addressed to me. So it's like Tommy, such and such and such and such, and it's like
it's probably because you own the phone plan.
Yeah, it's probably
no. I don't actually. I'm on my family plan with my mom, so I don't know.
I've gotten people addressing me as James and Kathy and Sarah before, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I do too.
They're saying Shapiro.
I love it when they address me as a chick because I'm like,
this isn't.
See, I feel like I'm missing out, and I do all the dumb shit. Like I go vote, I pay my taxes, I do all the shit that should be like, hey, like, why am I getting left out? Why?
Pennsylvania called it for Shapiro.
Did they?
Yeah,
Pennsylvania called Shapiro.
New York, still chipping away, man. Hochul 62.4, Zeldin 37.6.
Dropping 2 points every time we check in.
Whitmer has expanded her
34% of the vote in New York.
Dude, Michigan's fucked. There's no way Whitmer wasn't gonna fucking win. There's so many fucking unions up there that nobody's voting on their conscience up there anyway. They have to follow orders, otherwise they won't have a job. Fuck, they're like, fucking, I'm already 4 boosters in. What the fuck is a vote at this point? Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, I mean she's already ran the whole state into the ground.
Yeah, we live in a communist state.
So you live in a hijab hellhole that just happens to still be a part of America.
Well, here's the funny thing. Go on.
I'm looking at the counties in Michigan right now, and Kent County, which is my county, is voting for Whitmer 56 to 43.
What's Macomb County doing?
Red.
Can you click on Macomb?
Macomb County's blue.
Son of a bitch. It used to be different in the single digits when I was up there.
Yeah, it used to be red until.
Yeah.
When were you up? You lived up here?
No, I never did, but my parents did. They lived in Macomb from 03 to 11.
Okay.
And that was my only experience in the Detroit lifestyle. Was coming up on the holidays. And I was like, hey,
I grew up in Detroit.
Can you take me down 8 Mile? And they're like, fuck off. I was like, okay.
I grew up at 9 Mile and Kelly.
But are they battle rapping like nonstop? I want to go see. Are they throwing up on each other with spaghetti?
Well, Christy Nome won.
All right.
Oh yeah,
so
no, I never promised to bring the IQ of the show.
Arizona counted.
Maryland, they called that for the Democrats.
45% Carrie Lake. So she's chipping away there in Arizona.
Now Macomb went to Dixon. 71-29.
Good Lord.
Are you looking at the counties?
Yeah.
Where'd Ottawa hit?
Oh, Ottawa's like 60-40 Dixon.
Yeah, I mean
she's just getting all of the East and Kent for some reason.
Here's how I can prove I've ever been to the Detroit area. I know it's Gratiot.
No, it's Gratiot.
I can't believe they haven't called Georgia yet.
That's my southern accent, Stephen.
I think Kemp has Georgia wrapped up.
They haven't called Kent yet, or Kemp yet?
No, they haven't.
Until it's 99.5% reporting.
71% of the votes counted. It's 54.2% to 45.2%. I don't foresee that changing much.
Yeah, Whitmer's going to win again. This is forsaken state.
Laura Kelly is going to end up winning in Kansas. The Democrat is going to end up winning in Kansas 52.7%, 44.5%, with 63%, 70% counted, and it changed to 52.5 to 44.6. So yeah, it looks like the Democrat's going to end up winning in Kansas.
Betterment Oz is 50-47 now.
Oh shit!
That's 57.
We're getting close to runoff territory.
You said they called it for
Walker is up.
Whitmer.
No, they didn't call it yet, but she's gonna win.
Herschel's up 2%.
I only show that it's
Wait,
I'm only showing 24% of the votes counted in Michigan.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So we got 50.9 to 47.5. I mean, that's basically neck and neck.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's fucking bizarre.
the last election in 2020, we had the one senator. I can't remember his name now.
Marcus
He was running-
James. Or was it Marcus James? I think that was
No, something James.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was up by like, I want to say 100,000 votes, and Trump was up by 500,000 votes. And about 6 a.m., all the votes for everybody that was Republican stopped, and the Democrats got enough votes to win on both. That was against Stabenow, wasn't it?
Okay.
Wasn't he running against Stabenow? Can't remember if he was running against Stabenow or the other dude.
Yeah, because it's pretty close right now. I mean, you're talking 24% of the votes counted, and it's 50.9%, 47.5%, but it's only 58,000 votes.
Yeah.
So
I hope. I really hope it's what happens when in 2016 I went to bed and then I woke up and Trump won. And first thing on the radio I heard waking me up was Trump won, and I laughed for like a good 5 minutes.
I stayed up and watched that because I didn't think it was going to happen, but I wanted to be there just in case. And I did the same thing, dude. I laughed for like half an hour. I couldn't.
Dude, I'll never forget. Like I'll never remember another election night, but that night I'll never forget because I fucking got smashed here at my house, and I had the election coverage on. I had I don't even know what I was drinking, but it was a lot. Enough to the point where I didn't make it to the call, and I passed out on my couch, and I woke up at like 4 a.m, and I was like, "What?" And all it was just like a replay of Trump's like, "Thank you, we fucking did it." And I was just like,
Magoo's like, "Did I die?"
I was awake.
Am I dreaming?
I was awake for you're 100% spot on. I was awake for 20 minutes watching the TV, going, "Is this what like lucid dreaming is?" Like,
I mean, I was absolutely convinced that Hillary was going to win.
Trump?
I thought there was
yeah.
absolutely no chance Trump was going to win.
I don't know if you remember the Stephen Trump's like last campaign stop was Grand Rapids.
With GR, yeah.
I was waiting in line to see, like, all my family was down there to see him, so I was with them. He didn't fly. He didn't start speaking until 3 a.m. But the line was like super long, and it was mostly young people.
dude,
And so
Vance
up until that point, I was like, all right, Hillary obviously has this. But to see how many like young people were voting for him, it's like, oh. And then he went, and then Michigan went to him, which was super surprising.
That was, yeah. I actually was at the Ted Cruz rally that year. That was fun.
So I'm watching CNN's coverage right now, and I don't know if I'm reading this right, but I guess they're doing an active live count of like, okay, based on what's been called, what hasn't been called. And so they have a little runner at the bottom, and they have the Senate to the left, the U.S. House to the right. And fuck the Senate is 40-40 with so many races still to be called. But if you look at the U.S. House, they have the current count for what has been basically wrapped up. 93 for Democrats, 157 for Republicans. And obviously the number to need to control is 218, but it's like to have that disparity in the House is fucking insane. It's basically 160 to 90.
Yeah, they were saying they could be over 25 seats in the House that the Republicans control by.
Yeah. And they just showed that like you were saying, Mark, that with 83% reporting, Herschel Walker is in the lead by like a fucking solid point and a half.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's
Right
what
now-
happens when Georgia wins a big game the weekend prior and they're playing commercials with the, recently passed, hero of the state, Vince Dooley. That probably boosted him 3 percentage points right there. I'm telling you,
Georgia winning a football game.
Georgia's not a smart state. Look at all the dumb shit I got behind me.
Whitmer's up by 90,000 votes.
It's done,
I
dude.
don't know.
The mitten has gone
So-
back to the fucking
Freaking communists, man. We're in the bloody communist state.
However, there's only
Well,
27%
no,
reporting.
New York has got you guys beat by a little bit.
Still
It looks like
counted.
But
man.
if CNN's correct, only 27% of the precincts are reporting in Michigan. Now I know, I get it that like.
Well, you have the UP, which is part of it's in Central. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm showing they've only counted 25% of the votes in Michigan.
Well, one of the things Whitmer will do is she is going after guns if she gets reelected. She will go after guns.
Yeah, CNN's only focusing on Pennsylvania for obvious reasons. I mean, it's the most entertaining.
You got a grizzly bear on your property?
But it's only Fetterman 50.4% to fucking Oz's 47.1%. There's only I can't see what percentages.
Oz had the weirdest ads too. So like that was the funniest thing. Like him like going to the grocery store, like
hi.
Dude,
go to the produce aisle. It will help you fight a stroke.
So Justin Amash's old seat, the Democrat, is winning that election right now too.
Really?
You're calling Amash a Democrat?
Yeah, it may as well be.
But I mean, it
kind of is.
So after he gave up that seat, Peter Meyer won, and then he got primaried by Joe Gibbs, who is a MAGA endorsed, and Gibbs is losing right now to Scholten. But Gibbs is kind of funny. Like they play ads about him supposedly having said that women belong in the kitchen and all this stuff.
Well, you know what would have been a perfect fucking ad?
Gibbs? That's my guy.
You like your women out of the kitchen?
Yeah. No, his
I voted for him.
Put them back where they belong.
His tagline
Barefoot
should
and pregnant. Cooking
his bumper
dinner.
sticker. His bumper sticker should have just been. It should have just been Gibbs me dat.
He is a black guy.
And won in a landslide.
Gives me that.
This is why people either need to hire me or they need to cancel me, because it's either one or the other.
Oh, you're hired.
Gibbs me dat. 2022.
This lead for Kelly over Masters keeps expanding. I know we went over what has to go on with those other counties, but it's worrying me.
Yeah, I see it's down 58.1%, 39.6%.
The next polls close in 18 minutes.
Where's that one at? Where's that?
Arizona.
Well, yeah, that's the one
Masters and
that
Kelly.
half the state can't vote right now.
Yeah, it says 51%.
Yeah, that's probably going to be one we're going to be waiting on a couple of days. I think Pennsylvania we're going to be waiting on for a couple of days too.
Well, they'll figure out how many votes they need, and they'll come up with those bags of votes, right?
Look, well, we're gonna see like boxes being delivered like last time. Like, boxes.
Here's
random boxes showing up.
Here's something that I'll drop on this year. Here's something that'll drop on this year podcast. It's an exclusive.
Look, they did say they delivered pizza at the same time. Like, I remember that. I remember that being a thing.
You'll have a Fed with a box that says pizza on it.
Well, no. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this on the internet because I don't have a brain that works. But I was on the phone with a buddy of mine who works in a different county, and actually the Cobb County, the one that had election problems with their machines. And one of his coworkers got in a wreck like yesterday, hit a car.
Suddenly the ballots changed. It was the strangest thing.
You're not too far off. T-boned a guy as this other guy was running a red light. T-boned him. I guess it doesn't matter, but it was two black male individuals, and the back of the car came open.
You mean they were chaseable by Fetterman?
They were pursuants. But no, the back came open and ballots went all over the fucking intersection. They were transferring ballots in an unmarked pedestrian car yesterday. And in the same county where all of a sudden the election
were they fortifying the election?
And this let me just say this. A car accident happens, elections go all over the place in the same county where all of a sudden election machines aren't working.
So what you're saying is two shadow-colored figures were acting as a cabal to fortify the election.
All I'm saying is that
they could have been Trump. They could have been Trump voters.
All I'm saying is that Georgia's about to have the most secure election.
They probably said this is MAGA country.
he made a point earlier to say that the people in Georgia are stupid, but if they are so stupid, they are smuggling Trump votes during the midterms. That's another level of stupid.
Hey, man.
I wouldn't put it past them, man. I mean, they got Stacey Abrams running.
Oh, Chase Oliver got 1.9% of the vote here in Georgia. He got 65,500 votes. Jesus Christ.
Who's that?
That's a libertarian here in the state of Georgia. The Herschel Walker race, they're covering it in on CNN. Oh, God damn it, they just changed out. Herschel Walker is probably going to win this fucking thing. Which I am blown away. I am blown away.
I'm just sitting here watching the numbers for Hochul and Zeldin because I've been kind of intrigued because it keeps going up for Zeldin and down for Hochul. We're at 61.4% for Hochul, 38.6% for Zeldin with 38% counted.
So Mark,
it's like the only place that this fucking Hochul won is New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, so, wait, it just changed again, 61.3 to 38.7.
It's starting to trickle. Mark, if you could look up either on Twitter or YouTube, Kathy Hochul on MSNBC talking about crime. Have y'all seen this?
Yes.
Where the MSNBC reporter...
There's no such thing as crime. Crime is subjective.
Well, she's the one that tells her flat out, like, you're full of shit, lady. Like, I don't know how that happens on the
MSDNC.
Network, you know. Yeah.
MSDNC.
That has to have hurt her by at least 1.5 points. God damn.
Apparently, there was a flip in Virginia. A Democrat lost her congressional seat to a Republican.
Polls close. The first polls start to close on the West Coast in about 11 minutes. And
my wife lost by 49,000 votes.
Wait, she what?
Huh?
You said she lost by 40,000 votes?
49,000.
What was she running for again?
State Senate against Roger Victory.
Roger Victory.
I still haven't heard back
That's
from
not
Bob.
bad, though.
For an LP, she did absolutely zero campaigning. She got 1,700 votes.
She said, "I'm not really a libertarian, guys," and she got more votes. That
was like, look, I know there's a lot of
libertarian. She didn't campaign.
I thought she was going to get like 200-300 votes. Especially, I mean, this area, like this is the DeVos's area, man. This is like they own this whole freaking side of the state.
Well, I think that one thing that we were kind of expecting in this election was like a reformation of like, look at what we've all gone through over the last 2-3 years. Like there should be a massive, and I think this is what everybody was expecting, like a reckoning. Yeah. A massive slide over back into the opposite direction. I don't know if we're seeing that yet. I don't feel like we're seeing that to this point. Every time Tommy reads off a percentage, I'm like, fuck, it's not what.
Well, I'm really reading off the governor's races too, which I don't know how much that matters when it comes to the federal. I'm more interested in the governor's races personally.
Well, and I know that we have shaken off like all the blue-pilled people, like we're intolerable to them. I've lost so many friends over the last 3 years just because I'm like, I don't know, man. They're not like banning abortion; they're just letting the states choose. Fuck you, you fucking baby wanter. And I'm like,
baby wanter.
Yeah, it's like, is that like the opposite of baby?
Why would you punish women like that?
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Reproductive rights.
But I'm going to interrupt you. Then here's the problem.
Wait.
We don't feel safe. You might be working closely with Mayor Adams. You may have spent a whole lot of money, but I walk into my pharmacy and everything is on lockdown because of shoplifters. I'm not going in the subway. People don't feel safe in this town. So you may have done these things, but right now we're not feeling good. We're worried we could be San Francisco. But I'm going to interrupt you then.
Now, here's the thing that has not been hit on in this clip to this point. She uses San Francisco as a pejorative on MSNBC as a Democrat.
That's a good point.
Using the Democrats'
great point.
fucking fucking what the fuck?
Like
I'm trying to
golden
think. Like,
child,
they're-
the golden
yeah.
child of the
The
Democrats.
Democrats' King's Landing, they're using as a pejorative, as a point that they're trying to make to a Democrat, front runner,
governor,
saying that you're going in the wrong direction because you're taking us in the direction of San Francisco, the same place where they play tiddlywinks with hammers.
That was a brilliant point, Magoo.
Thank you.
Posit yourself as a retard, which you are most of the time. But
I mean, you can ignore my
rant.
rant, but it don't mean I'm a dummy all the time.
Interesting that the Vermont governor race went to a Republican. I thought Vermont was like hard blue.
Bernie
Isn't that
Sanders.
Bernie Sanders land? Yeah.
But they're in that
actually
weird
like
spot
Bernie
between New Hampshire and Maine where, the cities aren't that big, so they're not like overwhelmed in that regard. And you get to rural New England, you're dealing with bigger rednecks than I have here in Georgia.
Michigan starting to tighten up a little bit. 29% of the votes counted. Whitmer at 53%. Tudor Dixon at 45.4%.
Dude, Tudor Dixon's just the best name. Like, he should come out to some fucking, like...
It's a she. It's a she.
Ah, well then fuck her. She should come out to some like Waylon Jennings and shit, like with a name like that. You can tell how much I pay attention to politics. I'm like, man, he sounds like a real kick-ass dude.
I love this guy's name.
Man, that sounds like a real bro.
That sounds like a good feller. Sounds like a good feller.
Man, they do weird shit north of the Mason-Dixon line. That's all I know.
CNN is saying that 18 Republicans have won governor races, and there's 10 Democrat races that are called.
And the Senate is currently 43 to 40.
That's governor.
Republican. All right, polls close. 8 minutes and 30 seconds on the West Coast.
0 votes counted in Oregon still.
Is there anything?
We have enough time to
interest over there?
fortify it.
Well, there's only one way, Stephen, to have the most secure election after the most secure election, and it takes one hell of a fortification.
Yes.
We all know that. We're not going to know the true results of the true battleground states until maybe Friday.
How can we be the most advanced country on the face of the earth and not be able to count fucking ballots?
Well, so here's the interesting thing that I think about is how do we not see, like, how do we not get like a receipt of what we voted for and be able to like view that? I mean, especially in a digital age, not necessarily the voting like as much like maybe that process is more manual.
The fortification won't allow that because then they can't change it.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, I voted like
2 or 3 times today.
The number of times will remain unanimous or anonymous.
He voted 10 times, guys.
I think it's unanimously known that I will be anonymous in my vote total, but like the systems that we use here in my county are the Dominion systems. Like, I know that that's a hot topic, and they probably do suck. And they, before you hit like, process ballot or whatever, it says Dominion voting.
Yeah, mine was
when I get the printout, there's a like a QR code, one of those square fucking generated like. That's what the machine's gonna read.
They just called it for JD Vance.
Nice.
Really?
So I guess we are racist and we do hate Mexicans. Cheers, boys.
Yeah, shit, yeah. Oh, God.
Speaking of which,
they're saying Republicans have 156 House seats and Democrats have 91.
John the Race Chaser Fetterman is up by 1.3% over Oz with 67% counted.
Ooh.
Dude, Walker is ahead by 1.3%.
Yep.
With 83% reporting.
So we could, at this point, we could have a 1.3% debate between Walker and the Race Chaser.
But here's the thing. Chase Oliver, the fucking
Do you think
libertarian
Fetterman would try to chase Walker
is going to
with a
force a
shotgun?
runoff? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Tommy.
I was wondering if Fetterman would try to chase Herschel Walker with a shotgun.
Wasn't Chase Oliver a defensive end for Houston?
No, Chase Oliver's a gay dude in Atlanta that claims libertarian, but he's a lefty.
They called
They all are.
That's redundant.
They called the Senate race in New Hampshire for the Democrat Hassan over Baldick.
Tommy,
that
quick
one
question
I
for
figured.
you. On the Fetterman race, is there a libertarian running on that ticket? Is there a libertarian on there as well?
Yes.
And what's their percentage that they're getting?
1.4% is what it's
1.4.
showing.
So enough to actually keep Fetterman out.
Yes, so they're playing spoiler.
We keep Fetterman out or Oz out?
Or Oz out. Sorry.
But here's the thing: they'll take that as a victory if it goes
Apparently
to a
the Green-
runoff.
They will.
Like it actually will.
But there's also other candidates too. Okay, so there's a
Yeah, they
Green
got like a
candidate.
Green Party and a Keystone something. I don't know.
And then they have an O party and an X party, which I'm wondering what that.
Dude, wake me up! Wake me up when Pennsylvania has a Quaker party.
So-
Then I'll start to
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
celebrate.
If you're looking at the Green Party,
Go back quicker.
whatever the fucking O party is and the X party is, you're looking at 1.2%, and then the Libertarian Party is 1.4, so that'd be 2.6% not going to Democrat or Republican.
Holy shit! Hochul is down to 60.7%. Zeldin is up to 39.2.
I'm telling you, every time
With
I go
only
look over
40%
there,
with only 40% reporting. And
Yeah.
Tommy, when did you start looking at it? When it was like 25% reporting? So
yeah, I know it was like 19%. Yeah,
yeah,
it was.
so
it's
within like
chipping away. I don't think
I'll
that
be right
Zeldin's going to be able to catch Hochul, but
not
it's
New York.
interesting to watch that it's only New York City, and that's everything else is like, all right, whatever.
So
It's
Michigan's at 30%, and she's about 85,000 over Dixon.
Ron Johnson in Wisconsin. That's a fucking neck and neck. They're both 49.9%.
Yeah.
They should have totally run right
Yeah.
now.
See. Okay. Hochul, I got
Come
Hochul
on.
Zeldin
Could you
update.
imagine?
46% counted. Hochul's at 59%, and Zeldin's at 41%.
Wow.
I mean, like really chipping
going
away.
up, huh?
It's going to
This
be
is-
neck and neck. I don't know if we're going to hit 100% of the votes counted before Zeldin could pass Hochul, but it's close.
This
I
kind
mean,
of feels
we're-
like one of those Young Turk clips where they're like, I mean, I'm sure we still got a chance here, guys. Just hang on. Just
That
hang
is
on.
one of my favorite things on YouTube.
Was that the
It's
Trump
five-
one? Was that the Trump
580
one?
It's
Yeah.
580,000.
You should pull that up.
580,000 votes separate them. So I don't know how many people live in the leftover areas. But it's saying 46% of the votes counted, 59 to 41. So it's going to end up being a close race like they were saying it's going to be.
Yeah,
I mean,
New Hampshire,
Dixon's only
90%. New Hampshire, 90% in. Hassan, 55.5%, and Bolduc, 43%. But obviously, CNN's not going to show what Kaufman was able to produce. I'm interested. If anybody can pull that up, I'm interested to see what he was
Where
able
Kaufman's at?
to. Yeah.
I'll pull that up.
It looks like New Mexico is going to go to the Democrat. We're at 58% votes counted. It's 53.8% to 44.2%, and it hadn't moved much in the last hour. It's pretty much stayed in that general area.
Kaufman's at 2.1% with 5,300 votes.
Oh, Stephen, while you're on whatever you're looking at, can you check the New Hampshire gubernatorial race
Yeah.
to see if Dr. Carlin psycho ass boring ass Shenko
I don't know if I can type all that. Hold on.
sorry, Carlin Boroshenko. Fuck that.
Oh,
bitch,
that's
by
the lady
way.
that's nuts, right?
Yeah. She was a lefty, then she was MAGA, and now she's libertarian. I mentioned one thing where she was doing a battle for equality of outcome, and I was like, bitch,
John Sununu's still alive?
Well, anyway, I had a mild Twitter disagreement with Karlin Poroshenko, and she went like, I was like, you got 70,000 followers. I think at the time like 180. I'm like, why are you wasting your time on me? But I was like, fuck it, and we went back and forth, and I was just like, you're wrong, and she was like, well, whatever, and I was like, okay, you want to be a libertarian and a Mises member? And I sent her a clip of Dave Smith saying equality of opportunity is bullshit and you should shake that from your vocabulary. I was like, look, if you claim to be this, I'm not even saying that this is what I am or this is right or wrong, but if this is the set you rep, this is what this guy says about the thing that you're talking about. So maybe either fall in line or shut the fuck up. And
what was her name?
Karlin Poroshenko.
0.05%. She has 1,145 votes. That is in the stronghold.
Take a
stronghold.
I'll take a bow and another one.
That is in the freaking
crazy
stronghold of New Hampshire for the Libertarian Party.
Trey, you're muted. Nope, still muted.
It shows 2 Libertarian Party candidates.
Why did you tell him he was muted, man? It was much better
Kelly.
whenever I couldn't hear him.
She has 0.8%.
You know what, Tommy? I'll make a pact with you right now. I'll never do that again.
That bad, okay? No, you might not like my
I just
face,
put the
but...
link in there for you.
No,
you were going to say something.
What were you saying, Trey? I'm sorry. I was just fucking.
Yeah, it looks like there's 2 libertarians running.
Look, I may have I have radio face and radio voice. Okay, so that's how I think of it.
Hold on. What?
But apparently there are 2 Libertarian Party candidates in the New Hampshire governor race. I don't know why.
So, hey guys,
because it's
news.
a stronghold.
Gavin Newsom wins California. Wow.
Wow.
I mean, he already won the fucking primary.
Yeah, they had they had the recall, and he won.
Yeah, the recall. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And they had every potential right-leaning person move out of the fucking state. I mean, fuck Ozzy. They lost Ozzy Osbourne. Like,
yeah, he went back to that right-wing haven of London,
Birmingham. I'm going back to Birmingham. This place is the taxes are too bad, Sharon.
These fucking trannies are everywhere.
Dicks with dicks shooting people on the fucking street, Sharon. Gotta get. Mama,
does not talk
home.
that coherent. Come on, he does not talk that coherent.
That's how he sounds in my brain.
Oh, fucking tranny. This is a fuck. Just say what you just said. Like
apparently they called the Idaho Senate race for Republican with zero reporting.
Now somebody said earlier that they would like to hear Fetterman and Herschel Walker in a debate. I would like to hear Fetterman and Ozzy in a debate.
Be entertaining.
I would understand Ozzy.
Yeah, I mean, like I can get you, yo.
What I don't understand is how Ozzy can sing and he can't talk. I don't get that. They're calling Google is calling
Shane Hazel with 0.7% of the vote. Yikes.
Google is calling Whitmer.
24,243 votes in Georgia.
It's hard to destroy power when you're getting 0.7% of the vote.
Yeah, chalk one up for the murder cult.
Yep.
I like Shane, but it's like, damn it, dude, you got to win some of the smaller.
They stole.
You got to win something in Georgia. If you haven't won anything, nobody wants to hear from you. The fact that Chase Oliver has 2% of the vote in Georgia, and Shane Hazel has a third of that. God damn, dude.
Walker, Warnock are back to 49 apiece.
You said they're calling it for Whitmer.
It looks They're okay.
Hold
on. They're not calling it. They're saying it's blue already, and they're never mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at 31% of the votes are counted. It's 52.8 to 45.6.
So Wisconsin is a bumpy ride, by the way. Ron Johnson is now back ahead by 16,500 votes. 50.4 to 49.4.
I
Is
think
that
Ron
for
Johnson
the Senate
wins.
seat?
Yeah,
That
that's
is
Senate.
the Senate seat. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Democrats
Pennsylvania.
winning the governor seat for that one.
God,
I
He's
think Ron
up
Johnson
by
wins that.
3. He's only up by 3.
dude, can you imagine if Pennsylvania goes to a runoff? Because there's only 1.5% splitting them right now with 71% reporting. Oz is obviously. Dr. Oz's first name is Mehmet.
Yeah, Mehmet.
Damn. I was cheering for you, Matt. So I'm looking at North Carolina right now. A good friend of mine, a guy I've had on my show a few times, and I text with quite often, is Matthew Ho. He's been on Scott Horton's show quite a few times too.
Yeah.
He's a Green Party candidate in North Carolina. They kind of strong-armed him into running, and he has less than 1%. He's at 0.8%. So I was just kind of checking to see. Yeah, Fetterman and Oz just keep getting closer and closer, man. It's 49.3, 48.2.
It's going to go for a runoff. And here's the thing.
Do they have runoffs in Pennsylvania? I didn't know that.
Okay, how much do you guys want to bet?
Well, hold on real quick. This just shows my ignorance. I thought that anything that wasn't like a decisive win was a guarantee.
It's set by the
runoff.
state.
That's state by state. State by state, yeah.
Go ahead, Stephen.
How much do you want to bet if Fetterman does win in his acceptance speech? He congratulates Oz for winning. I want to take bets now. I want to take bets now on this.
And what do you think of Fetterman's celebration song is Pearl Jam's Betterman? He's an idiot for not capitalizing.
Oh, I think they did have a little bit of slogan with that, like Fetterman is the Betterman.
I think Fetterman's slogan is more like a slurgan. I don't think he's getting anything out.
Did you guys hear that there's like a Whitmer rap now?
Oh no,
Mark, find it.
My buddy fucking sent me audio the other day of him singing fucking "She Lies and Says She's Republican, Can't Vote for Fetterman."
So they have done it. They have done it. The cringe knows no bounds. There's no safe space from.
Is this
cringe.
a anti-Whitmer rap or a pro?
No, it's a pro.
Oh boy.
Is it Whitmer rapping?
Is it Eminem?
No, it's some like
really phone.
the guy's name is like something Cash.
Yeah, it's probably Peanut. You know, the least desired Eminem.
Eminem and G-Mac Cash drop rap video. So Eminem
is in it.
Let's get this fucking copyright stricken.
Oh, wait.
So Alabama went Republican. Alaska still have nothing.
Alabama went to Baton Rouge and got their shit pushed in. That's all I know. Sorry, Trey, if you're a Bama fan.
No, I'm not. So
Arkansas went to Boozman. I like the name.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I
gotta have a drink with that guy.
I like this one. This is my favorite one. California, 0% in, 0% for Padilla, 0% for Mauser, but they're calling it for Padilla.
Mauser doesn't stand a chance.
Colorado went Democrat. Connecticut went to Blumenthal, Democrat. Florida went to Rubio. Georgia's still up in the air. Hawaii, we have nothing in. Idaho went Republican. Illinois went Democrat. Indiana, Republican. Iowa, Republican. Kansas, Republican. Kentucky, Republican. Rand Paul. We knew that was probably going to happen. Louisiana, Kennedy stayed in. Maryland.
I wonder how the Joe Kent race is going to go.
That's in Washington, right?
Yeah, I think he's.
I haven't gotten there yet. If you give me a minute, man, I'm reading through them all. Maryland, Democrat. Missouri, Republican. Nevada, no count. New Hampshire, Democrat. New York, Schumer. Fuck that goddamn cocksucker. I hate Chuck Schumer, man. North Carolina, they haven't called it yet. 91% in, and the Republicans winning right now by 3%, 4%. 4%. North Dakota, Republican. Jesus, he destroyed that son of a bitch. Why'd you even run?
Rashida Tlaib,
56.1% to 25.4%. This guy, you just got your ass stomped. Ohio, JD Vance is in. Oklahoma, both Oklahoma races went to Republican. Oregon, Democrat is up by quite a bit right now with 25% in. South Carolina, Republican. South Dakota, Republican. Utah, Mike Lee is destroying this guy in Utah, but it's still real early.
Wow.
14.
Oh, he'll win. He'll win.
Hopefully, like there were some people concerned about it because they said it was a really odd race and there was some real weird shit going on there. So you were asking about Washington. So 1% in, so don't get too excited. But the Republican, oh wait, it just changed. 6% in, the Republican at 55.5%, Democrat at 44.4%. But it's still really early. In Vermont, the Democrat looks like he's going to take Vermont. So that's what they're calling right now.
It looks like John James might actually win his first campaign here.
John Jones?
John James in Michigan.
John Jones got off the coke long enough to run a campaign.
So
John
look at
James
This is John Jones.
Is there anything that John Bones Jones can't win, bitch?
He'll kick you square in the nut.
Rashida Tlaib won her race by 80%.
It's gross.
Mark,
So
what
it
do
is
you about to
an
play for us?
Eminem. It's someone named Eminem. Look at
Close
this.
enough.
That's hilarious.
Oh wait, no, now this says Eminem. Up here it said Eminem, so I don't know if it's actually Eminem or not.
So is that a rap song?
Anagram?
G-Mac Cash.
Oh man, they just like me.
And now I'm excited to present G-Mac.
They want the white woman ruling over them. Huh?
Money in the schools. Made being governor look cool. Gretsch did. Who signed for the clean slate? Gretsch did. Michigan become a clean state. Gretsch did. Who got the funding for the kids?
That dude ain't repping no
Who
set.
got the roads getting fixed? Gretsch did. Who got a lot of people
He obviously has
As they
never
show
driven
the
on
worst
Michigan
roads.
roads.
Stay alive. Gretsch did. Big Gretsch back wrapping up her first term. If you don't know what she did, then you finna learn. The highest budget for the school so the kids can learn. And help people get
Faking a
jobs so they can
kidnap
live and
stretch.
earn.
Gretsch
Taxes
did.
for the small business owners too. Big Gretsch in the building, what you wanna do?
Pop a bunch of bitches with the feds. Gretsch did.
Doing it for Michigan all the time. She got the workers already fixing on
Who
the
stole the election for Biden? Gretsch
and I
did.
still got those. And she reduced Michigan debt by a couple billion. Gretsch looking out for the people and the children. Put money in the schools.
All right, I've had enough. I'm done.
Yeah,
Well,
turn this
I'm
off.
surprised,
before
I'm
I
surprised he
self-emulate.
didn't. I'm surprised he didn't put up a like picture of Tudor Dixon and be like, which one of these bitches is more fucking kidnappable or some shit.
Yeah, Gretsch is my main bitch is the fucking final line I was waiting to hear.
Did you ever see the Babylon Bee video with the where they did with the feds kidnapping Whitmer?
Yeah.
No.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that one's great. They're like,
It is good.
they're
You
like,
guys, whether they put like tape over the FBI logo on the back of their jacket or something.
yeah, yeah. And they're like, they're trying to arrest everybody, and they're like, "Hey, Bob, it's you." He's like, "Really, it's me. I'm a Fed. It's okay." And they all turn out to be Feds. Like,
Well,
every
speaking
single
of
one them.
cringe, speaking of cringe political activists, do you guys want to hear a tweet from Charlie Kirk an hour ago?
absolutely.
Oh God.
I guess.
Old Charlie Forehead tweeted 2-hour wait minimum at most polling places in Maricopa. And he's talking about Arizona, obviously. Democrats running elections here knew this would happen. Traffic jam by design. Don't let them do 2020 again. Wait in line and vote. So apparently, I don't know if the polls are closed or if they're going to fight their way in to get a vote in. But
Well, they can't. I don't think they can close the polls if you're already in line. I think that's like.
No, I don't
one of
think
those
so.
things.
I went
think
into
they-
my polling place 15 minutes before it closed, and nobody even mentioned or hinted at like, "Hey, could you make this could you expedite your process? Like everyone's just like, yeah, just pick a machine, go do your thing, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, get this. Just now, somebody just tweeted this. Senator Rand Paul on his reelection. When I return to the Senate as chairman, I promise you this: COVID cover-up will end. I'll subpoena every last document of Dr. Fauci. Congress has not held one hearing to investigate the origins of COVID.
And that is all that they should go after.
I do not believe it.
Well, I mean, Rand Paul.
Dude, this New York race is a lot of fun to watch. I can't believe y'all aren't. We should have like a New York fucking ticker right here. Jesus, like CNN.
55-44 now. 55-44.
We need a New York ticker.
Yeah, he's only 10 points behind.
Rooting for New York.
It's 62% votes counted. 55.
I might actually travel to New York.
Look, like this motherfucker's like he's chipping away at this bitch.
I'm telling you, the Legend of Zeldin will fucking be amazing. Can you just play the fucking music of Link?
Hey, we just need Magoo to come up with the slogans for everybody.
I'm a bumper sticker bandit, bitch.
Just off the cuff, man.
Oh, hey, I think DeSantis won, guys.
No, I thought it was Hector Roos. Hector Roos actually.
Loser didn't even make third, man.
Dude, once we're in like the 4th hour of streaming, I'll say what I want to say about old Hector.
Say it now.
But well, no, I would, but my bladder's full and gravity needs to happen. I gotta go.
Zeldin just picked up another.
Yeah, we're all going to focus on this race.
I should have been watching. It's like the most entertaining thing all night.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute too.
Hell yeah, man! I want to see it be like even if Hochul still wins, I want to see it like cut close. I want to make them fucking nervous, in their house, It's like going into somebody else's fucking stadium and you put them right up to the line and make them go to overtime and beat you by a field goal type shit. Like that's what I want to see. I want to see them fucking get nervous and sweating this shit.
If Zeldin wins, I'll move to upstate New York. I'm not gonna shake on it, but I'm just gonna.
Well, my buddy Gord already lives in New York, so it's like I gotta kind of cheer for him.
There you go. Does he live in a good part at least?
Yeah, he lives in Ithaca. Not too bad, but still, a bunch of fucking liberals. Yeah.
Libtards. Bunch of libtards.
It's not the worst place he could live, though.
No, it looks like the Arizona.
I mean, he's originally from Canada and he's lived in Australia, so I mean, he's kind of used to that.
He's slowly making his way to normalcy, I guess.
So,
the Arizona results just like stopped at 51%. I haven't seen anything update there in a while.
Yeah, it's still not. I checked a while ago and it didn't even move. Yeah,
we're not going to see anything on that till Friday.
No,
it's just going to juke all the way to like
not until they're sure they have the votes on their side.
So is anybody familiar with Maricopa County? Is that typically a red county?
It's a blue, deep blue.
No,
it's
blue
Phoenix.
county.
Phoenix.
Blue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because Phoenix and that metro are they're deep blue.
Yeah, this is one Phoenix that refuses to rise from the ashes.
It'd just rather stay dead.
That wouldn't be good news if those votes aren't counted then. The Maricopa.
Well, I mean, it's showing that it counted.
Oh, so those ones did count.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Like, you can't trust these people. We got update on Michigan. 32% of votes counted, 52% Whitmer, 46.4 Tudor. So there's like a 1% change right there.
Joe Kent's actually close in 64% reporting in Washington.
The problem with Michigan though is that you have too many Democrats strong.
No, dude, the problem with Michigan is that it snows in fucking April. That's the problem with Michigan.
Look, snow in April is awful, but I'm actually kind of ready for some snow here right now.
You're insane. Get out of here. I hate this godforsaken state.
When I was
you can come down here. Property tax is super low in Alabama.
I just spent a week
when
in
I first
Florida
started
on the
driving over
ocean.
the road. Go ahead, bud.
No, I just spent a week in Florida on the ocean. I told my wife, I'm like, we got 2 years, 3 years max in this state, and then we're out.
I was the
Florida's
first time
great.
when I was first went over the road, I was in Grand Rapids doing a delivery in April, and suddenly it started fucking snowing. I was like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?"
It's
I was
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
I was like, "You motherfuckers, y'all didn't choose to live here. Y'all
That's
were
right
sentenced."
outside my
It's like
window.
sends your father. You just got a sentence to living in that fucking hellhole.
Yeah, last year around March, I was like gonna kill somebody if we had one more snowfall.
It does overstay its welcome. I will say that.
Yeah, I'm looking at Arizona right now, 51% in, 58, 39.7. So it hasn't changed at all in the last 45 minutes or an hour.
What about have we seen anything out of Washington or no? Nothing out of Washington.
Washington. Yeah, so I was looking at the Joe Kent race particularly.
Well, Smiley's not winning anymore. I can tell you that.
Joe Kent's it's 53-47. Joe Kent against the.
Who the hell is Joe Kent? What are you talking about? Who the fuck's Joe Kent?
He was one of those like former Navy SEAL guys that popped up about 3 years ago. That was like, hey,
it's like Marcus Luttrell's butt buddy.
I don't like what they're doing in Seattle. Chaz seems like it's problematic. By the way,
I think he's got Teal connections as well.
Yeah, he's backed by Teal too.
If you look at Oregon, the Republicans only down by like 1.4%.
This is governor or Senate?
Governor race, yeah.
In the governor race?
Yeah.
Well, Fox News is calling the state of Georgia for Brian Kemp. And I think it's pretty much a shoo-in at this point. Like, Stacey's so bad. Like,
Thank God. Thank God.
I would have been upset for you.
I don't need the
And it's funny too, if you look at the map, like it's 99% red in Portland and just outside of Salem is blue. That's it.
Trey, if you're not an Alabama fan, who are you a fan of?
Well, when I do keep up with it, I like Auburn, but they suck. So
they should hire Hugh Freeze.
I don't know. They should have already fired whoever
Brian Harsin.
Yeah, they did fire him last week, I believe.
Man, they did?
Oh yeah, no, he's out. He's gone. Cadillac Williams was the interim coach last weekend, and they're going after.
Let him coach. Yes. I'm all for Cadillac.
It's Cadillac and Ronnie Brown as like co-coaches.
Yeah, and then the Indianapolis Colts saw them and how they performed, and they're like, "Hey, let's fire our coach and hire back one of our former players, Jeff Saturday. Get your ass in here."
Did you guys see that Sarah Huckabee Sanders won by 30 points?
Yeah, Arkansas is like, we ain't fucking around with this lefty bullshit. So here's an interesting tweet I want to read regarding Georgia and the Walker run from Ryan Matsumoto. Some interesting trends in the Georgia Senate race. Walker is outperforming Trump's numbers in many small rural counties. What? But Warnock is outperforming Biden's numbers in several larger, more suburban counties in metro Atlanta, Rockdale, Henry, and Douglas County.
Yeah, it's because Herschel Walker has more of that appeal. Like I think Trump does some of his businessman kind of stuff. Appeals more to like some of the city folk and like
Herschel Walker's from there too, so
yeah,
he's like for him to hero in Georgia.
You goddamn right. But for him to outperform Trump in some of the rural areas, that's
Trump ain't all that, man.
So yeah, you know what? You're
if
right.
you really look at the amount of votes he got, he didn't do all that well. It's like
and there's also a lot of like traditional And there's also a lot of traditional Republicans that would like a return to normalcy, especially in the rural areas of Georgia. I mean, fuck, that's my family. Like, I know those guys. And I know that none of them like Trump. They were like, we don't like his fucking bloviating
He says
bullshit.
mean tweets.
Well, no, it was just more like, hey, honor the position, honor the office with a little bit of fucking dignity. You,
I didn't even
butt.
have that problem with Trump. I was like, what the fuck does this New York billionaire know about being a fucking normal human being? Like, he didn't know nothing about my life. He's not on my side. Fuck that dude. Fuck all these pricks. That's kind of my opinion.
Once you get to the level of president, none of them are going to reflect any of us. And so to me, I was like, I don't know, his tweets are better than Hillary's. Like, that's cool, I guess.
That's why I write in the homeless guy down the road every time I vote.
Charlie Claxton.
Yeah.
3 times in a row.
Jim Bob. Jim Bob's got
so
my vote.
The mood on Twitter seems to have shifted because, I mean, most of the people I follow were really excited about this red tsunami tonight.
Yeah, they're counting this as a loss.
Cernovich, Trump as a kingmaker or viable 2024 general election candidate is over as of tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, they're saying Kathy Hochul wins re-election in New York.
Yeah, I don't think this was the big, like, fuck you as we thought it was going to be.
I disagree. She hasn't won yet. This is too much fun to watch. She can't win yet.
Yeah, New York is
protest on behalf of New York.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even care if she wins. I just let me watch it a little bit longer because
this is the one we're going to focus
these
on.
Numbers like close.
Yeah, I just see this as entertainment.
Oregon is entertaining because they said that there's an expectation that this Drazen chick might win this. And it'd be the first time that a Republican had been governor in Oregon in 40 years. And looking at the numbers right now, 46% of the votes counted. The Democrat Kotek is 45.8%, and Christine Drazen is at 44.4%.
Yeah, she's like 1.4% away.
Yeah, like right there. It's like a close race. So I don't know what the hell is this MPA party? What is that? I ain't never heard of this shit.
Wait, what is it?
No party affiliation. That's what it says.
Oh, NPA.
Why didn't they just say independent like fucking normal human beings? God damn Oregon.
We don't live in a normal world anymore.
If Masters loses, I actually let's do a little bit of an autopsy here.
I'm starting to think it's going to be win.
Yeah. Well, so if he does, if Masters does lose and Vance won, I do think that especially in Arizona, I think that he talked good on the border. But I don't think he talked strongly enough. Like, I guess if it makes sense, like Vance seems like a much more strong man of a candidate. Like as far as like Masters,
say that because you have the same accent.
See, and I thought the complete opposite.
Racist.
I thought Vance was a shitty candidate that only got the boost because he was Trump endorsed, and Masters was the more sound candidate that could actually hold his own. But apparently,
it's because he's playing the like nice political game. Like if you play it like Trump did, like he's playing the.
I mean, I'll do it, Justin. I'll fucking do it. Herschel Walker is mine.
I almost did a couple of times when talking about Fetterman, but.
Man, I love mine. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of as far as like I see this as like a wrestling pay-per-view. You know, yeah, sure, I want Goldberg to beat Diamond Dallas Page at Halloween.
Why would you choose the Jewish guy?
But I just because got to keep my handlers happy.
Yeah,
I just want to be entertained. And this isn't that entertaining. This isn't the billing leading up to this isn't paying off yet. Have there been any upsets?
There have been a few upsets. I think there was a couple of.
I'm upset. They call New York.
They're calling. Looks like they're starting to call Michigan too.
Yeah.
Are they?
I hate this fucking state.
sorry, man. I tried to keep your spirits high.
Yeah, Gretchen Whitmer defeats Tudor Dixon.
Can you pull up a picture of Tudor Dixon?
The FBI celebrates.
Oh, yeah.
If it's the chick I'm thinking about,
yeah, she looks good.
She's fucking. She almost looks like Gretchen's daughter, but just fucking way hotter.
Looks like somebody I'd kidnap.
Fuck yeah! Get out of my way, feds. I don't need you stifling up my progress.
If you pull up the Google map on the U.S. House, it's 147 to 95 right now that they've called. That's what they've called.
Yeah. Well, and also we're only kind of peeking at like the big, big races, like the big names or whatever, and so we're kind of not paying attention to
Arizona. It looks like they just stopped counting. It really does, because the gubernatorial race is at 47% counted still, and then Blake Masters race is at 51%. It's been there for like the last hour and a half. So I think they quit counting Arizona for whatever reason. I guess whatever troubles they were having with the machines has caused too much of an issue, because nothing's moving in Arizona.
Well, they had a Stacey Abrams tweet where she did like the Hillary Clinton thing where she's like, she showed a picture of her younger self.
I'm not out of it yet. This little girl.
I mean, it looks like Dixon now is 78,000 away from Whitmer.
Yeah, you're not going to find a ballot dump coming from the UP at 3 a.m. Sadly.
You know what it was? It was those stupid $400 car insurance checks we got.
Yep. Then the insurance went up. Then the insurance went up like 2 months later.
Yeah. I don't know. Whitmer sent everyone $400 insurance checks or whatever. I can't remember what her reasoning was.
It was they said we got overcharged for insurance, and so she made the insurance company send us $400 per car that we have insured. But then within 2 months, my insurance has gone up about $150 total.
See, I'm still showing on this site that Michigan's at 35% of the vote.
Counted. Yeah, Michigan's at 36% on Google. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
but they're going ahead and calling.
It hadn't moved. Well, yeah, I'm just saying it hadn't moved in like what the last time I said was like 30 minutes ago. It hadn't moved at all. Still 51.4 to 47. So.
Well, on the Google one, they haven't even shown that Josh Shapiro won the Pennsylvania governor race. So I mean,
yeah, well, all 5 people in the UP voted. So,
well, the Senate is still neck and neck on Fox. It's 45 to 45. The House is 99 Dem, 158 Republican.
It looks like Grisham's going to win New Mexico, the Democrat.
Yeah, I think this is kind of just like a little bit of going, oh fuck, I think I was only listening to like, confirmation bias, where everybody who just said fuck listening to any like NPR or MSNBC or any of that bullshit was just like, dude, I think there's going to be a fucking monumental shift. The other side was saying you must get out there because they're going to slaughter us in the streets because they have, Hitler has come to town. And I don't think anybody's going to be happy because neither one of them are true.
So Google's saying 44 to 41 Republicans, but they're saying there's 2 independents. Who are the independents that are
2 independent?
I think Bernie is independent.
Bernie's one, yeah.
I once again ask for you.
Once again. Lindsey Graham on NBC, definitely not a Republican wave. That's for darn sure. Lindsey Graham's probably happy about this.
The only other independent I see running is in Utah. It's McMullen against Mike Lee.
Wait, that guy's still out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
McMuffin.
Yeah.
And
he's such a fed.
I think he literally is a fed. Like,
he's a fed.
It's not even close right now. 35% counted. McMullen has 36.4%. Mike Lee has 60.1%. So.
Oregon is at 45.5 for the Democrat, Tina.
Yeah, and it's like 44.6.
44.6. That's like that's not even a point.
Right. That's a close
That's
race.
beautiful.
And they were saying that one could flip. They were saying that one could realistically flip to Republican control, which would be interesting as fuck.
Damn. Well, the hopes in my efforts of having a Herschel Walker senator is likely to quickly evaporate, because now reports coming in that Warnock could have 10,000 net votes to pick up in Fulton County, 22,000 in DeKalb County, which is right next to Fulton County. Walker's still looking at picking up 19,000 in a more rural county, which is late to report, blah, blah, blah. The point is that the urban counties, which are going to be 90+% for Warnock, are slow to report because they're doing their same old fuckery. Like, oh, no, it's just there's too many votes to count. We don't have a capability guy to fucking count them in the fucking time.
Well, I mean, right.
Detroit.
But see, the thing about Georgia, if neither of the candidates get over 50%, it goes to a runoff.
Well, and that's the final sentence. So it says, looks like a runoff unless there's some sort of surprise.
Right. And right now I'm looking, it says 88% in. Warnock is at 48.8, Walker is at 49.2, and you have this libertarian at 2%. So
yeah,
it's
They
quite
did it again, didn't
possible.
they?
They're saying on Google, it's saying that it's
quite possible
separated by under 500 votes on Google.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have a vote count here, so I couldn't tell you
No,
that.
Here's
okay.
my only thing that I would fucking be interested in is like, if I was this autistic, and I'm not, thankfully,
fucking libertarian.
is to see the vote differential, percentage wise, and even total number between what Shane Hazel did in 2020 to force a runoff versus this one, and to see if they're like this race between Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock. I think it's closer. Like, that's a race that if you were to, like, Tommy, if you were to look at and keep updating, that thing's the percentage is gonna say 50% for both of them, because whatever Chase Oliver got is going to be null and void as more votes come in. I think this thing is going to come down to a few hundred or not a few hundred, a couple thousand.
Yeah, a couple thousand votes
in a state of millions of people. I think this is going to be I think this is going to be the closest.
I'm showing
it's going to be closer than Fetterman.
I'm showing Walker up by just under 15,000 votes.
And
so
they just claimed 32,000 votes that are likely going to Warnock, and once they can get their shit together.
Yeah.
Well,
it's going to be that's going to be a fucking neck and neck race.
If Google is right, if I'm looking at
Herschel Walker,
page,
I'm telling you right now, I don't come to lose.
Right now, Herschel Walker is up by 756 votes on Google.
Yeah.
Oh,
but you also have to understand, to tie that in with down ballot voters in this state, Brian Kemp is slaughtering, and I mean demolishing, Stacey Abrams. For Walker not to be able to get the push over just exemplifies how bad of a candidate he is, and what a poor choice that the Georgia State GOP did running him.
Well, it's the same thing they did last time too. Who'd they run last time? Was it
they
him?
ran
Loeffler and
it was Loeffler and Ossoff, I think, and Shane Hazel.
Yeah.
Shane got the upset, or Shane got pulled off, so they had to do the runoff. But I mean, they didn't. The Republicans didn't try because they were all convinced that Trump lost the election.
No, the Loeffler Ossoff was not the one that Hazel was in. It was Warnock and Perdue and Hazel.
But Perdue or whoever was the Republican was a horrible candidate.
I mean, if anything, Hazel probably should have run in the Warnock Herschel Senate race. He should have. He went for Senate in 2020. He forced a runoff. He probably should have gone back to do a Senate race again and not shot above his weight class to go for the gubernatorial run. And I'm a Shane Hazel supporter as an individual, but I was openly saying I think it's a mistake to run in the governor race. It was going to be bad.
Now Walker's up by almost 1,000 votes.
This stupid map pisses me off.
That goddamn map. I fucking hate maps.
All right, Dora the Explorer.
Land navigation was never my strong point, God damn it.
Well, you know what they say about maps. They should be hung on a wall, see? Because fuck them.
What is that from? I don't even know.
Well, it's a little bit from Nick Rekieta, where he got into a lot of hot water when he was going up against trans activists and minor attractive persons. And he was like, yeah, maps are meant for one thing, and that is to be hung on the fucking wall. And I was like,
hey guys, I got to get up at 5 a.m. to go to work. I got to go.
You got to get up at 5. I got to get up at 4:30. Good luck, buddy.
Have a good night, guys.
Luckily, I have Fox Sons coffee.
Yeah.
Promo code 0.
There you go.
Promo code 0, baby.
Hell yeah.
Do we have numbers?
I just heard from Buck. Buck said that Lockhart's slow getting in. He hadn't heard anything yet, so he has no information on his race as of now.
I was about to say, Mark, send him a link. See if he wants to hop on for a
He's
little,
got a link.
I
think
know
he's got a watch party, hanging out with his Orthodox crowd. I wonder if they know how the party went. Oh, we got a picture.
Yeah, well, luckily he's not going to be on the Orthodox to Saudi Arabia pipeline.
Man, my brain jumps faster than my mouth, and sometimes I'm glad that it does. Brian Kemp has given his acceptance speech, if you want to pull that up.
Oh, good for him.
Check out GPB or Fox 5 Atlanta or anything like that on Twitter. Guarantee you they're playing it because he's on Fox News right now. I just want to hear what Brian Kemp is saying about the valiant effort he ran on the election trail
and how many maps he hung on his wall.
Yeah,
New York Times is saying Fetterman is likely to win. That's New York Times.
Boys, this ain't turning out so good. This red wave looks more like somebody
even a red light.
Wait, you're saying Fetterman winning isn't good?
Well, no, I'm saying I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying like it's not living up to the billing.
This is not what we were promised.
No, this red wave is more like the Baby Ruth in a pool.
Well, they did this last time too, man. Like they do this every time. Everybody's like, "Oh, we're the winners. We're number one. We are the champions." And it's like, all right, man, we'll see. You got how many millions of people out there with a voice in this? Like, we'll see.
That don't want to have their voice in this.
Well, and the biggest thing is
actually, my mom told me a funny story. She had some goofball at her election. That was standing behind her.
Hold on, real quick. Are we about to get a guy from Alabama going? My mama.
I was gonna say.
My mama
I saw Mark laughing, and I was like, I know you want to say it.
My mama says the constituents are the devil.
We reached the part of the show where Trey shares stories about his mom.
Mama always just swept the coons off the front porch.
Look, it was possums, okay? It was possums. Look, we had a possum come up under the porch.
Possums too many letters, man. Coons easier to spell.
All right, tell your story, Trey.
So, well, my mom was she was going to vote, and then she had some crazy lady behind her. And the lady's like antsy, like, they were waiting because there was a line at the door. And so my mom was waiting to go in the door. They had too many people in there. So she was just standing at the entrance of the door. And the lady's like, go, go, go. And she said, no, I'm going to wait until, we have room. And then the lady just like, well, I'm going to go. And she just jumps in there. And then apparently she can't get her ID out of there.
H2O!
She can't get her ID out of her wallet. She's
Please tell me she got pepper sprayed.
she starts hollering about about all this, like oh well, I got my D, and then she said, oh, I need to vote for my husband.
Goddamn right you did, bitch.
I need to vote for my husband too. Can I get his ballot? Apparently he has dementia, so she was voting for him. And then she said,
voting for Joe Biden.
She said, "Can I find any other Republicans to vote with? Like to go
You
sit
want to
with?
join hands across America? Just get in, get out. Fuck.
Yeah, so she's doing all this, making all this ruckus. Everybody's all like, my mom said, everybody was up top, and she's just like, well, how do I vote on this? She's like literally looking at other people's paper, like she thought she was gonna cheat on it. And my mom said like,
no, Mama, she ain't the devil. She likes the D.
Yeah, and she told me that I'm gonna like it too.
So I looked up Brian Kemp's accept our victory speech, and I got Stacey Abrams.
Oh hell yeah, the true governor.
She likes the D too.
He is a robust D. Man, she looks like she dropped about 75 pounds.
She still looks awful.
Yeah, she dropped about 75,000 votes. So
I don't think we're going to get her actually saying anything in this. Never mind. Forget that.
No, it should. I'll be honest. It's probably hitting Twitter now because I just looked over. Fox is now off of Kemp, so they will probably. If you go to, wow, I think I'm stroking out. If you go to Fox News's Twitter account, they probably will have the Kemp acceptance.
Like national Fox News.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get copy stricken again.
Let's do it.
Oh, Top Lobs is going in on that Chase guy because he said,
yeah, Chase Oliver is a fucking douche.
Yeah, so he says, I seem to be representing them pretty well at the moment. Spent many hours, drove many miles, and knocked on thousands of doors to represent the LP. And I'm
didn't knock on my door, motherfucker.
Didn't knock on enough fucking 1,000 doors.
Yeah. Knock on this.
Oh, and it's even funnier because like a lot of people are saying like libertarian moment whenever like they're gonna like get the Republican, get the Democrat elected.
Georgia.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly how many. Well, he got 72,470 votes.
I mean, that's
so he probably knocked on 1 million doors.
That's success.
He knocked on a lot of doors.
I'd be interested to see. I'd be interested. I think Hazel got 156,000 votes or whatever in the last election.
Well, I can tell you what he got on this election.
This one's not good. This one's not good.
It's not as many.
It is. It's a unanimous loss.
25,000, 0.7%.
It's not good.
No, it was only 25,000. So he got more last time.
Oh
yeah, because he actually had he spoiled the race because I think Purdue.
Well, I would have thought he got more this time because he would have some name. You know, they would have recognized his name.
No, like I'm not able to like Google shit, but I can guarantee you, and I'd be interested to see like what was Shane Hazel's vote total in 2020 versus this one. I think that.
Okay, I can tell you.
Thank you, Trey. I think that it's a drastic drop off.
Let's see.
Hector Roos got 19,000.
Let's see here. Wait.
Wow. I mean, that's impressive for him. I mean, fuck, dude. I joined.
He got one.
Like so, Mark earlier.
I bet his mom didn't even vote for him.
Oh, that is the new day. Your mama joke. Your mama didn't even vote for you, motherfucker. But no, I was on
His
a live
mom
stream.
voted for DeSanctimonious.
She was like, "Sorry, son, gotta follow my heart." Justin and I were on a live stream on Leighton's channel, and he was in the chat earlier. I was about to tell Mark if he's still there, drag him in.
Yeah, so here I got Hazel's
there you
from
go.
2020, 115,039 votes in 2020. So he like cut his cut it down to like a fifth of what his vote total was.
I was saying it from the beginning, man, and trust me, I am but one man, but I am an ally in what Shane is trying to accomplish, and it was bad. It was strategically not wise from the jump.
But he has lofty expectations for somebody who doesn't have a name, doesn't have money to do any of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, no, and I'll never.
I was impressed he got on the debate stage.
I didn't think he would. I didn't think he would. That was a surprise to me too. And I watched the whole fucking thing, and I was like, "God damn it, Shane!" Like he was so excited that he could easily.
He came off like a douchebag in that.
Yeah,
but he would be a much better on pushing. Like if he was honestly. If he could somehow get into the GOP establishment and he could run as a GOP candidate for something, he would crush any Democrat opponent, and it would be just overwhelming.
Yeah.
Because
what if I was his handler, if I was his political bumper sticker maker,
you were his Jew.
Yeah. If I was his key to success, let me put more words on it. I would have told him such. Don't run for governor. You could easily access more power if you really wanted to run as a Republican or Democrat. He could
have probably been like attorney general. He could have been like attorney general.
Yeah, like no one's ever going to question your ability to know things, but we got to polish you up for TV because I'm already in your camp. I already know all the shit, that is normal for libertarians. But if you don't clean it up and deliver it appropriately, you're going to sound fucking insane. And that's what I think he did. And I even made a point of it. And I was like, look, Shane's not a bad guy. I think he's probably one of the best guys in this fucking entire state. Love him.
Shane's a great dude. Shane is such a cool dude.
I hope that one day I get a chance to meet him and shake his hand and be like, dude, I want to have a beer with you. But for this particular race, I could not be more vehemently against what he was attempting for this one. That's all.
Yeah. No, Shane is a great guy. I mean, I've had several conversations with him on air, off air. Like we've talked several times.
Fuck, I passed him in traffic once, and I was like, "That's Shane Hazel." I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not bullshitting
you. Yeah, I mean,
I was like, that's what you went to.
We talk all the time, and what we usually talk about is like raising kids and family, and homesteading and stuff like that. So he's a great guy to talk to. He's a lot of fun. He's very knowledgeable. He's an extremely nice guy. Really humble. But maybe the libertarians, they have that tendency to come off as like smug, as if they're the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
And that can rub a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, and like the whole point of the debate, whenever Kemp was talking, and then Shane Hazel was trying to jump in, and he's trying to say do you want to apologize to people and all this kind of stuff? And Kemp was the best, second.
Is that a question? It shut him down immediately. It was like, yes, Hazel, you made every good point, but then you just stopped talking, and then Kemp goes, "Is that a question?" And it's like you immediately lost, and so he's not bad, but he needs to be polished. If he wants to shoot for governor, like I said, if I was in his camp, I would say run for state senator. Win something. Have a proven track record of I ran for something, I won something, and I accomplished X, Y, and Z while I was in office.
The constituents in my district know who I am, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Play the game. The biggest problem with libertarians is they think they can literally come in with their nut showing, saying, fuck you guys, I've read a lot of books, and you're all doing it wrong. And it's like, no, nobody wants to hear that. how wrong they've been.
And not
They
only
want
that,
they want
not
a
only that.
candidate that they can get behind and support, and they only support somebody that's actually been doing shit. And until libertarians learn how to win small, offices and then produce shit, they're not going to win on shit. They're going to continuously be 2% or less, and then that's what they're going to be remembered for and never elected into anything.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing that I noticed, like with the way that his strategy versus Kemp is, like, he, when asked about a question about something, like, okay, well, what are you going to do to solve this problem? Well, I'm just gonna schooling was a big one. So, like, how are you going to help improve the schools? And Kemp is obviously, he's like, okay, well, we're going to allocate tax dollars, we're going to do these kind of things, and he has a strategic, laid out plan. And then you go to get to Shane Hazel, and he's just like, well, I don't believe in
abolish schools.
Abolish it. Abolish schools. We don't need schools. Just get rid of all the schools. We don't need nothing. And it's like,
and I'm here going, fuck yeah, but like everybody else is like, we were spending the last 2.5 years begging to be let back into schools and being pissed off that they were shut down. You're not hitting the right marks. So that's why, I think, I think real quick, I think that's why
choice or something like that.
Well, yeah, but nobody wants to hear that after you sound crazy the first time. I think that's why Buck is doing it correctly. Buck is going after a seat that he can win, and all you got to be is a proven elected official, and then you immediately get carte blanche. People start to remember your name. And they associate it with success, and then they associate it with things that you did in your community. And you this whole idea, the thing that we lambast Democrats were doing for putting hundreds of millions of dollars into candidates that have never done anything, aka Stacey Abrams, is nobody believes in you because Beto is you've never done shit. You can have hundreds of millions of dollars behind you, and we just see that as fake, phony, whatever the fuck. But if you win some small seats, we are more than likely to jump on board. If you got to have experience for the job, this is a job interview, man. We're not. How many times? If anybody has ever been in a position of hiring and firing, which I've been for the last 15 years, if your work experience holds more weight than anything you tell me in a job interview. So you gotta go actually work some real shit. You gotta go clean some toilets before you're gonna be working the front desk. And until libertarians figure that the fuck out, they should stop running for governor.
I think we should end this shit show on that note. Unless you guys have,
I gotta get out of here. I was about to jump off anyway. I was letting him finish his rant, and then I was gonna jump out.
You guys got plugs? Give them now. We'll get out.
Yeah, just check all my stuff. Trey 50 Daniel, basically everywhere. So,
libertarianinstitute.org/year-0/. That's libertarianinstitute.org/year-0/. That's where you'll find me.
Hell yeah. Well, and as you can tell, over the last 5 minutes of that fucking obnoxious rant, I'm more than qualified to rant about dumb shit. And that's why my podcast is called Ignore the Rant.
Already have.
Good. I'm ignorant and I rant, and it's your option to ignore it. You can check me out on all podcast players. Ignore the Rant. We talk about far more retarded shit than this entire show. We will not make you smarter, but hopefully we'll make you laugh. That's it.
And you can find me and Justin, who dropped in for a little bit, and Dag and Clyde, who also dropped in here for a little bit, tomorrow morning at 8:30 on this very channel. See you guys.
All right, guys.
Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. said, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines.